Yes, case number 161 on the calendar in the matter of Barrows, Mountjoy versus Mountjoy. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
Miss Barrows, this is your fiancé, is that correct?
Correct.
And Mr. Mountjoy, these are your two adult children?
Correct.
You are divorced from their mother, and this would be their mother. All right, we're just getting the players going. Who are you?
Brother.
But not involved in this incident?
Somewhat, I am.
In any event, according to your complaint, these two young people were having some problems with you. They believed that you were crank calling their mother, so they decided to come over and discuss it. And it is your claim that they assaulted you. The defendants say that they were the ones who were assaulted, not you, and their mother has a claim against you for damaging her truck, which they used to come over to your house. Is that right?
They used my truck to go there.
So, while the assault case has not been filed against the mother, I would like you to stand up with your children because I have some questions for you. How long have you and your former husband been divorced?
2.5 years.
And how long were you married?
23.
And I assume you don't get along.
I don't talk to him at all.
Did you talk to him while you were married?
I liked being married to him when I was married to him.
Okay. Now, there came a time, sometime, I believe in April of this year, when you started to receive telephone calls.
Yes.
Tell me about the phone calls.
They were just hang-up calls.
When did they start?
Mid-March.
Did anything happen in March between you and your former husband and his fiancée?
No, we've been going through some court hearings for contempt of court.
For?
His non-payment of spousal support.
At some point, I assume that you discussed these hang-ups with your children?
On one particular day, I called actually to my ex-husband and basically asked him if he'd called me. And he said no. And I said, maybe has Tracy called me? And he said, well, why don't you take it up with her? And I said, no, I don't take anything up with her. And by that midday, Miss Barrows called me screaming around, maybe 12 o'clock in the afternoon, the date that I had spoken with my ex-husband.
And what did she say to you?
Well, first thing that came out of her mouth was, who the f do you think you are? And I hung up on her. And she called back again and indicated to me, nobody's prank calling you. Here is my number. You keep my number for the next time I have to call you. You'll know it's my number coming up.
Now, when did you discuss this with your children?
About a week or so later, on the 25th of April, my son and I were having lunch. And in the middle of our lunch, a phone call came in. And I looked at it and I thought, well, gee, this is a 916-825 number. I answered it. I said, hello. And I said, what do you want? And nobody answered, so I basically hung up. So that evening, I was talking to my daughter. She'd come over and I told her Kevin and I had lunch, and today the phone rang. And she basically pushed the green call number, the call on my cell phone, and it dialed back the number, and I guess Tracy had answered the phone at that point.
Is that what happened?
Yeah. I just kind of recognized her voice right away that it was her.
What did she say?
At first she goes, like, hello, like, you called me, and I'm like, well, I'm just trying to figure out if it, whose number it was, and I said, and apparently it was her. And she goes, oh, just, you people need to get a life, and just kind of went off right after that. And I said, no, I just basically called a phone number trying to figure out who it was, and to my surprise, it was you. And I think it made her upset that I was actually, just saying that.
Then what happened, Amanda?
She just kept calling. She just kept calling like 3-4 times, yelling at us, hollering about move on, and just calling me names. And
I want you to get to the point when you went over to their house.
The phone calls continued from her. My father had ended up calling one time. He goes, you guys need to stop harassing us. You need to stop bothering us. We're not prank calling anybody. I said, Dad, you're being crazy about this. I said, can you just hear me? That all we did was push the number on the phone, and it was her. I said, we're not trying to call anybody. And I think the conversation before was that my mother was going to call their boss just to leave us alone. That's when my father had called. I think maybe he was upset that we were going to call his boss. After she was done with us, she'd called to harass my brother at work.
At what time did she call you?
It was about 8 o'clock in the evening.
And who did you speak to when they called?
The first person that spoke with me actually was my dad. And he says, well, I want to know if your mom and sister are prank calling Tracy. I told him I don't want anything to do with their affairs, flat out.
Perfect. What happened next?
My dad didn't speak long, and he's like, well, I want you to talk to Tracy. And I told him I'm at work. I can't do this stuff. She gets on the phone. She said, you listen here. And I said, well, don't start talking to me like that. And she goes, look, you retard. You need to start listening here. She was telling me that she's going to see that we're emotionally, economically, and socially ruined.
And your father was with her at the time?
I believe so. He stopped talking. She took the phone.
Mr. Mountjoy, did you call your son at work?
Yeah, I called him just to kind of see what was going on with this whole phone call situation.
And where were you and Miss Barrows at the time?
We were in the backyard.
Did you ever hear Miss Barrows say the things that your son ascribes to her?
No, that's not the way she is.
Miss Barrows, you heard what this young man says that you said to him. Any of that true?
No, I don't. I've never spoken to these children that way.
How long have you been engaged to their father?
We haven't actually even set an official date, but we've been together 3 years.
Was your relationship with Mr. Mountjoy the reason that his marriage terminated? Were you separated at the time that you met her?
We had known each other for
Just
years.
to say, shh. The answer is?
No. Obviously,
No.
she said she put the math together just now.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
There's nothing wrong with my hearing. There's nothing wrong with his hearing. That's what you said. You said they were pushing, and your sister, uncross your arms, and your sister punched her in the face.
Yeah.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Calvin Mountjoy and his fiancée Tracy Barrows claim Calvin's children, Amanda and Kevin Mountjoy, assaulted them. The defendant's mother, Kathy Mountjoy, is countersuing for vandalism to her truck.
You came home from work at what time?
I'm not exactly sure. It was about 8:30. I left work early. I was so upset. I was almost in tears. I was out of it. I left. I have problems with emotions and things like that. I just, had a rough time with it. That's why I asked them to leave me out of their affairs completely.
At what point did you and your sister decide to go over to their home?
We went to my mom's. My brother was there. My brother tried to call my dad. She wouldn't let my brother talk to my dad. So we said, forget, let's go see Dad.
Who went over?
Me, my brother, and my sister.
So the three of you went over?
Yeah.
What happened when they got there?
I was in the backyard. He came to the back and said, the kids are here. And they were standing at the end of my driveway, all standing like this, all three of them.
No, we weren't.
And
Don't speak.
at this point, they had harassed us all night long. Nicholas called my home phone when he couldn't reach his dad on his cell phone, and my 13-year-old daughter answered it, and he called her a because he thought it was me. So at this point, I walked down to them and I said, you know what, you guys are on my property, you better act right. Well, they all got in my face and started screaming, and that's when Amanda caught me totally off guard and just slugged me right in my face.
Uncross your hands.
And she cold-cocked me. I flew back. Calvin ran to protect me, and before he even got to me, Kevin jumped on him. Amanda ran behind her mother's truck that they had parked over there. I called 911.
Do you have a 911 report?
Yeah.
Can I see it, please?
It's attached to the restraining order that I got against Amanda. At this point, Kevin dragged his dad out into the street and had him in a chokehold. Nicholas intervened and pulled Kevin off of his dad. Well, then Nicholas turned on his dad, and his dad's trying to fight both of them off. Everyone's running around. It was just pure pandemonium. It was crazy.
Did you have any injuries as a result of this?
My eye was bruised, my lip was fat, my nose was bleeding.
Did you take any photographs?
I have one photo of my face 3 days after.
I'd like to see it.
And we also have phone records proving that we never called them.
I'd like to see your cell phone.
I have mine and Calvin's phone records going all the way back to February.
I'd just like to see April. You have your phone records?
No, we don't have paper phone records.
Okay. Now, what was the number, Miss Mountjoy, that you say came up on the phone?
Or I don't call them. I don't know the numbers by heart. If I had my purse with me, I'd be able to look at my phone and indicate which phone.
On the 25th of April, 209-506. Who is that?
It's me.
You called him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times.
Every time she answered and hung up, and then there's a couple of those where I left messages before I left to let him know that we were coming to his house.
Oh, yeah.
Just a second.
Messages.
You called and said you were coming to the house, but that wasn't until after 8 o'clock, sir.
Yeah. There's,
That wasn't until, I'm talking about 7 o'clock. Whose telephone number is 209-85?
That's mine.
You called your father 1, 2, 3, 4 times that evening. Your mother can sit down now. You can stand up. You were there. Now I'll hear your version of the story.
we wanted to talk to our dad. That's it.
Well, why didn't you wait until things cooled off and speak to your father the next day, perhaps the three of you calling him and saying, listen, Dad, could we meet for lunch? Because we would like to talk to you.
Because we were upset.
Right.
Don't
Don't speak. That's what your mother should have told you. Because clearly the three of you don't have a judgment among you. There are lots of people that get divorced.
Can we speak?
Yes. But try to listen to what I'm saying to you.
We understand, but this whole time, with her side of the story, we don't get to tell ours, and all
Listen
it sounds
to me.
like...
It's very easy. They did not come to your house.
That's not her
That's
house.
not her house.
That is where they live.
I was invited to dinner just that weekend before.
Listen to me.
Like nothing was wrong.
You don't get it. You were invited there for dinner the week before, which is a nice thing. On the night of April 25th, you were all going there because you were upset and angry.
Even if
Now,
we waited till
you
the next
go,
day, she
you
still
get
didn't
into
answer
your
the phone.
mother's truck,
Yeah.
and you go over to the house that your father shares with his fiancée, and who's going to tell me what happens?
We go over to this house. We're calm. We want to talk to him.
You're not calm.
Okay. Well,
Don't tell me you're calm,
We're
'cause
not.
that's
We're
a
not.
lie.
We're not calm. We're upset.
Right.
Okay. Fine.
Okay, fine.
Okay. Good. But we go over there. My brother goes up the driveway to see my dad. He has the garage door open. He comes out and puts his arm around my brother. Says, "What's going on?" Then we get out of the truck and we go up there. He's asking what the hell's going on.
Just a second. That's not true. Because according to your mother, and according to the testimony that I've heard, your father said, I haven't been calling you. Your mother said, well, what about Tracy? And he said, I know about Tracy. Speak to her about it. So your father wasn't in a bubble. He knows what's going on. I have the phone records here to prove that.
Tracy comes out of the house and starts pushing my sister and calling her and all these other names. My sister's getting pushed. My sister pushes her back, and she punches Tracy in the face.
No, I
Well,
Don't speak. I'm not talking to you now.
And
So far what we have is the two girls pushing each
they're
other.
pushing each other. Yeah.
And your sister punches her in the face.
No, it's not what happened.
Well,
Did you hear what I said? I said don't speak. He's telling me, I'll hear you.
Okay.
That's what your brother said. That's what you said.
okay. So
There's nothing wrong with my hearing. There's nothing wrong with his hearing. That's what you said. You said they were pushing, and your sister, uncross your arms, and your sister punched her in the face.
my dad goes over to my sister and hits her in the face.
He hit me first.
So
Right.
I grabbed him, and I'm holding him down on the ground. I go to let him up, and he tries to kick me as I'm getting up. Well, my brother gets in between us and tries to break up my dad and I and get everything straightened out. Well, my dad's chasing me back to the truck, so my brother gets in between to break us up. My dad tries to grab my brother and pick him up, but he can't. So my brother picks him up and throws him to the ground. My dad is screaming and yelling and kicking the truck. He has my brother pinned up against the truck. The cops come. The cops tell us nobody's pressing charges, just don't have anything to do with each other anymore. Everybody agrees. We're not even 5 minutes down the road. Tracy already is calling my brother's cell phone and already called my mom. So
Actually, their dad had called them when they left. I called Kathy and left her a message because she never answers her phone, and I told her, you know that you caused all of this.
Just a second. Well, if you left her a message, it would be on the machine. Where's your cell phone? Where's the machine?
My cell phone, I erased all the messages from
Why
her.
did you do that?
I didn't know it was going to come to this.
What do you mean you didn't know it was going to come to this, madam? You alleged harassment on the telephone, and you have something that would clearly support your statement that you've been harassed on the telephone and you erased the messages? You're too smart for that. Now, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. How could you have avoided what happened that evening?
I could say even
No. How could you have avoided what happened that evening?
what she wants to hear is we shouldn't have went.
Right.
That's not right.
That's right. That's what could have avoided all this stuff. Because the fact that you live with your mother and your mother is angry that your father is no longer there clearly impacts upon the peace in your home. But that's an old story. That's a story that, put your hand down, that I've heard for 30 years. The question is, if you wanted to avoid trouble, you shouldn't have gone over there that night. So it was your fault. It was No. Miss Stupid over here doesn't think it was her fault, but I'm telling you it was your fault.
We can't even call him. Even if we
Listen
did call
to me.
to have dinner with him the
He
next
works.
day, she would answer it.
No. Your father is not retired and he's not in a convalescent home. He has a job.
No, she works there. She answers the phone.
She answers the phone?
Yeah,
Yes.
she's the secretary.
She's
They
the
have his
secretary.
direct line.
Just a second. So you, just a second.
And I'm not a secretary.
What are you?
Do you have, let me tell you something. He doesn't love your mother anymore.
I
Get over it.
understand
That doesn't mean he doesn't love you.
He doesn't.
That doesn't
I
mean
want to
he
hear
doesn't
him
love
say
you.
that he doesn't want to see us anymore. That's basically what I want to hear.
You are so fixed and so limited that it's going to be impossible for anybody, including me, to get through to you. The only thing I can say to you, the three of you together, is if you had not gone over there, stop playing with yourself. If you had not gone over there riled up on April 25th, this whole thing would not have happened. If you had taken a deep breath, counted to 10 and said, tomorrow, if I want to talk to my father, who looks like a very nice man. You look like a nice man. If you don't think he's a nice man, that's
He's
up to
so
you.
nice, he can
Don't
kill
have
us.
anything to do with him anymore. But don't go over to his house at 9 o'clock at night where he lives, belligerent, upset, and the first blow that was thrown came from her.
No,
That's what your brother said. No. That's
I'm not
what.
trying to backpedal,
That's
but
what your brother said. That's not
No,
what she said.
he hit me first.
No, listen to me. That's not what your brother said.
The only reason he restrained my father is because my father hit me first.
I don't care if your father hit you.
Well,
If
the
you- I
first
want to tell you
blow
something.
was
If
from
my
my
20-year-old daughter came over there in a belligerent way, I would have given her a good crack in the face too. And I don't believe it because that's not what your brother said. So, I don't know, quite frankly, Mr. Mountjoy, what value it is, other than the fact that you've gotten it out of your system, it is to sue them. Can I give you monetary damages? Sure. Can I say to you, you've been vindicated that they were stupid to come over there that evening? Absolutely. On your lawsuit, each one of them is going to give you $10. And they've gotten my response to what they did.
Counsel, case number 363 on the calendar in the matter of McDonald versus Wahab Raciniak. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
Mr. McDonald, it is your claim that the defendants filed false charges against you. I believe that the charges emanated from an instance of what we've come to call road rage that happened about a year ago.
That's correct.
The defendant said that you were acting erratically, that what they were trying to do was to secure your license plate number so that they could forward it to the police when this incident occurred. You didn't know each other prior to this incident, is that correct?
No.
That's correct.
And you had a trial, Mr. McDonald?
Yes, I did.
And you were acquitted.
I was acquitted on all three charges in 37 minutes.
When was the incident that...
October 24th, 2004 at 2 o'clock.
And what kind of car were you driving,
I
sir?
was driving a BMW Z3 convertible with the top down.
Do me a favor. Just let me ask the questions and try to give me just the answers that I need.
You bet.
Where were you going, Mr. McDonald?
I had seen an open house sign on a street called Edwards, and I was following an open house sign into a track that I had never been in.
Tell me what happened, Mr. McDonald.
Well, as I was going through the track, I realized that there was a car in front of me. It was driving in an erratic fashion. What I mean by that, it would slow down to about 5 miles an hour,
You're such
speed
a
up
liar.
6.
So listen to me. Don't interrupt him. You're going to have an opportunity to testify. Don't interrupt him.
Sorry, ma'am.
Go ahead.
All of a sudden, I see her kind of go to the right. And I took that as her politely moving off to the right to let me go by.
How many lanes of traffic were there?
This street is a little unusual, and I have a picture over here that I took. If I may move over here to show you. Back here is where I'm seeing all the information going.
I just want to know how large the street was, Mr. McDonald. So that's the street that it was on, so there can be a parked car on either side and one lane of traffic.
Easily.
4 car lanes.
Correct.
Keep going.
The minute I went by her car, she lays into the horn, honk, all the way around till I get in front. And I look in my rearview mirror, and simultaneously, I see both fingers go out the window on each side. So that kind of set the mood that was going on. And what I did is I gave a wave like this, my error. But I actually thought that was a polite movement on her in the very beginning. So as I go by, and I'm looking in my rearview mirror, I see this go on, they make a left turn, and I think, okay, that's the end of it. Instead, they flipped a U-turn and now coming at me. They caught me at the stop sign and his window's down. She pulls the car right up next to me to the left of my side, and there's nothing but screaming going on. So I looked at Miss Resnick, and I said, "You're driving like an idiot." And then I turned right, they turned left. I thought that was the end of it. Nope. So I'm going down the street here, and as I go down the street, the road, as it shows, veers off to the left. As soon as I got around that corner, they're right back on my butt again. Now the problem is, I have them, having gone off to the left, time's taken, and I think they've got a weapon with them. They're staying between a half a car length and a car length behind my car.
How fast were you going, Mr. McDonald, at this point?
Probably about 25, 30 at the most.
Did you ever accelerate beyond 25 to
Yes, I
30
did.
miles? When?
When we came down the long street after they've been tailgating me, I spotted people at the very end of the block. I mean, it's like the movie Duel, where I've got these people just bearing down on me. I don't know what they have in their possession.
What kind of car were they driving?
A white Malibu, I think is what it was. Like a
Okay.
mid-sized car. So they're behind me. I see people down at the end of the road. I accelerate and pull immediately in front of their house.
Uncross your hands.
At the exact moment that I'm pulling over and I get out of my car to yell to somebody to call the police, Miss Resnick takes her car and pulls in front in a wedge fashion.
Okay. So she parks and blocks you.
Correct. And all this whole thing that's going on is predicated on one idea that you said. They wanted to get my license plate. And I can show 15 different times that they could have. The truth meant, sure.
Life has a rhythm to it. There are certain things that are common sense, and there are certain things that are not. You don't have to fill in the blanks for me.
Okay.
If I need for you to fill in the blanks, Mr. McDonald, I'll ask you.
Okay.
Keep going.
So as soon as I get out of the car, she pulls the car over, he jumps out of the car and immediately starts coming toward me. Now at this point, I take a step toward him, and I say, in the best voice I can, "Get back in your car!
Okay.
Get back in your car!" And it worked. He turned around right there, but Miss Resnick didn't leave it there. She puts her car in reverse. Your Honor, I have the transcripts of the court proceeding. I have it on audio, and I would appreciate to be able to at least play a couple tracks to give you a flavor of what happened.
She put the car in reverse.
Correct.
Go ahead.
And as she put the car in reverse, Mr. Wahab goes back to...
Mr. Wahab. Mr. Wahab,
Sorry.
you have problem controlling yourself,
No,
sir?
I don't, Your Honor.
You have problem controlling your temper, sir?
No, I don't, Your Honor.
Well, it sounds to me as if you do, sir. You don't want to create that kind of impression, do you?
No, I don't.
You see, you've already done it. You only have one chance to make a first impression, Mr. Wahab.
Yes, Your Honor.
You've made a bad one so far.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Mr. Wahab gets out of the car. I tell him to go back. He gets back in the
You
car.
told me that already.
As Miss Resnick's backing the car up, he jumps in the car, shuts the door, and you think it would end there. No. She keeps the car coming right back at me. I move out of the way, and just like she did at the stop sign, she stops his car door right here, the window's down, and I said, "Get out of here!" Now, let me back up a minute.
When you said get out of here,
Sure.
you made a slapping or punching motion.
Correct.
You hit the car.
Correct.
Did you hit it with your fist, with your hand? Did you kick
Open
it?
right hand.
Okay. Did you kick the car at all?
Absolutely not.
Okay. And then what happened?
So I hit it 3 times, "Get out of here, get out of here, get out of here." And as I'm saying that, I see Mr. Wahab either rearing back, like he was going to go back and kick me through the window, which I can't believe could be true,
Fine.
or...
Well, you don't know. Don't
I see-
speculate.
Okay, well, I see something coming at me. And as I lean back to deflect it, she has a car in drive, and they take off.
Okay.
But they don't. She flips the car around and returns. Stops again.
God.
Just on the other side of the road. He pops back out again. I say, "Get back in that car." He gets back in the car instantly. She takes off again. But that's not it. She goes forward again. She stops again. He pops out of the car, but this time, there's a guy that was standing on the other side. A lot of people were evidently watching this thing. He goes over to Mr. Wahab, puts his hand on his shoulder and said, "It's not worth it, it's not worth it." Now, here's what I know.
Don't tell me what you know.
This is what I was
Do you have-
thinking.
I don't care what you were thinking.
Okay? I left.
You left. Fine. Do you have a copy of the police report
Yes, I do.
that Ms. Rusniak and Mr. Wahab filed?
Yes, I do.
I'd like to see it, please. Now, you were subsequently arrested, is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
What were you charged with, sir?
I was charged with 242 battery of Mr. Wahab, disturbing the peace, challenging to fight against Mr. Wahab, and then vandalism, property, crime against Ms. Resnick.
Who's going to speak for you? Both of you to start? Go ahead.
First, I would like to say that this man put my life in jeopardy. He really
No, you
did.
put your life in jeopardy.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You had a cell phone. Call the...
No, we did not have a cell phone, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I can prove that they have a cell phone.
I wasn't on the cell phone up until the point where I tried to call the police.
Ooh, madam, are you telling me that you just lied to me when you said you didn't? I'm speaking!
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Tim McDonald says he incurred attorney fees as a result of false charges filed by Camille Raciniak and Michael Wahab. The couple claims Tim was driving like a maniac.
You put your life in jeopardy. I'm going to tell you why you put your life in jeopardy. Because according to what I read in the police report, your statement, you felt as if this man was driving too fast in a residential street. So you decided to try to get his license plate.
That's not all it was.
That's the reason, because there had been no altercation up until that time.
Actually, there was.
Oh, you explain that to me.
Well, as you see the street here, I live on not this street that's cut off, but the one in front of the Suburban right there.
So?
That's my street. I was turning left onto that street.
So?
He almost caused me to have an accident. He went around me on the left-hand side as I was making my left-hand turn.
He was driving, I said, he was driving erratically, and you said he put your life at risk. You put your life at risk.
I admit, I should have never followed him, and I will never do it again.
That's right.
I learned my lesson on that
That's
one.
right.
But he did physically assault me
Listen to me
and my boyfriend.
Listen to me very carefully. You got hot, and you did a very dumb thing. You followed him, and you followed him, and you chased him several times.
I never...
Yes, you did. You followed him in order to, according to you, get his license plate number. But these are your statements, not mine. You told the police that she was so offended by this vehicle's unsafe driving that they made a U-turn and then made a U-turn back to attempt to get his license plate number of the vehicle to report it to the police. They said they pulled up alongside the vehicle at a stop sign. Well, what'd you do that for? If you wanted to get his license plate number, and call the police, but that's not what you did. And asked him why he was driving so recklessly. So let me figure this out. You were very offended by the way he was driving. You made 2 U-turns in order to catch up with him. That's what you told the police, unless you say the police are lying. And you didn't get his license plate, but you pulled up to him and, according to you, said to him in a calm way, "Why are you driving so recklessly?" Do you know how ridiculous that sounds?
No.
Do you know how ridiculous? I'm not saying he's right. I'm saying to you that somewhere between what you're going to tell me and what he told me is the truth. That's probably why the jury acquitted him. Now, who are you? You are 2 people. He's 1 person in a car. He doesn't know who you are. He doesn't know whether you have good intentions, bad intentions. He has no clue. All he knows is, according to you, you have turned around and followed him on at least 3 occasions. And at that point, you are 2 nuts following him, and he doesn't know what you have in mind. So now what you're complaining about is that he dented your car. I would have hit your car. I would have taken a brick and thrown it through the windshield if 2 people were following me over a dissing incident.
That's not what it was about in the least.
Well, that's what it was about, madam. If you didn't get the license plate number calmly and call the police, you had a cell phone.
No, I didn't.
we did not have a cell phone, Your Honor.
Oh, and you had no pen?
No.
No,
we
I did have a pen, but we were unable to get his license plate number.
He was driving
and
too
my
fast.
first intention was not to get his license
He
plate
had
number.
pulled over and stopped.
Your Honor, I can prove that they have a cell phone. I can prove it without a doubt.
How can you prove that?
I wasn't on the cell phone up until the point where I tried to call the police, sir.
Oh, madam, are you telling me that you just lied to me when you said you didn't? I'm speaking. Are you telling me that you just lied to me when you said I didn't have a cell phone?
We don't have a cell phone on us.
Where was the cell phone?
It's at my house.
The house.
Just a second. You say you can show me that she had a cell phone in the car?
What they forgot was that they had called 911 from the cell phone.
Okay,
Yeah.
prove it.
Let me see.
No, I did call.
Mr. Wahab, let me explain to you twice now what you did, sir. You showed me that you cannot control your temper.
I
Two
can control
times.
my temper, Your Honor.
2 times in a courtroom. So if you can't control yourself in a courtroom, what are you doing out in the street when somebody drives by and flips off your girlfriend? Ooh.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
If somebody had just assaulted my passenger, I wouldn't have said this guy in a BMW had some serious issues.
The operator never let us finish our statement.
Let me tell you something. I heard this very, very clearly. Nobody cut you off.
No.
Nobody cut you off.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Tim McDonald claims fellow motorists Camille Raciniak and Michael Wahab chased him down during an incident on the road. He is suing for a false police report.
You have something that's going to show me that they had a cell phone?
Correct.
Show me.
I also have audio tape of the transcripts.
Okay, what kind of car was it? It was a convertible red BMW two-door, and it was a male driver? Yes, he has some issues. Okay, what's the cell phone number you're calling from? 714. Okay.
Two things I'll show Your Honor, if I may.
But just one second. Mr.
Sure.
McDonald, that doesn't demonstrate to me that they had a phone in the car.
No,
That...
I'm sorry, but I actually have her statement in court saying that she called on the way back to the house.
Let me see. I'd like to see that.
And I also have the certified copy of the
Your
transcripts
Honor?
complete.
He said that we pulled over to a red curb on the street. There's no red curb on that street,
Mr.
though.
Wahab, we're not talking about red
All right,
curb.
I'm sorry.
Sir, the first thing
I don't even know why I'm here today.
Just a second. Well, look at me, and I'm going to tell you. You're here today because he's suing you.
Yeah, obviously.
He's suing you, and one of the things that surprised me about Ms. Rusniak's call to the police is her statement to the police, which I believe said something, and I'm paraphrasing, the guy's got some serious issues. Well, I want to tell you something. If somebody had just assaulted my passenger, as you claim, I wouldn't have said this guy in a BMW had some serious issues. I would have said this guy driving erratically has just assaulted my passenger. He kicked and punched my car. Something is clearly wrong with him. Not in a almost lackadaisical way. I'm speaking. Almost, we can hear it again. Almost lackadaisical way. You're reporting that this guy's got some issues.
The operator never let us finish our statement.
Let me tell you something. I heard this very, very clearly. Nobody cut you off.
No.
Nobody cut you off.
He didn't play the whole tape.
You know when I said to you before, life has a rhythm, and if it doesn't make sense, it's not true. Somebody comes into my apartment in the middle of the night, takes a knife and puts it to my throat, and assaults me. While they're leaving, they steal a teacup. When I call 911, I don't say somebody just came into my house and stole a teacup. I say someone came into my house, put a knife to my throat, and assaulted me. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Yes,
I heard him in the background.
He was freaking out, and I was trying to be the calm one.
in the background. All right, let me see where you say she had the cell phone in the car.
Page 31, line 8
Okay.
in the transcript. I have the excerpts, and then I have... And that's a certified transcript.
Now, Mr. McDonald, you think I'm finished with you? I haven't started with you yet.
Okay.
Because I can tell what happened here. Anybody who's lived as long as I have knows exactly what happened.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I'm not sure you weren't behaving a little erratically, and I'm not sure you didn't lose your temper and didn't use a lot of foul language.
I don't use foul language at all, Your Honor. Not at all.
Not according to the witnesses, sir. According to the witnesses, they say that you were using a little foul language.
That's where
That may be.
That's where it fell apart in court. They never showed up.
Well, they may not have showed up for whatever reason, but that's what the witnesses said initially when they spoke to the police, whether they didn't want to get involved, whether they were neighbors, who knows. Page what?
Page 31, I believe it was line 8.
It's what you said, my dear. I'm going to read it to you. You backed up to help your boyfriend get into the car quicker, right? Yes. And then you leave. Yes. Okay, and you don't see the BMW anymore, correct? Not after I drove off. Okay, do you remember when you called 911? Yes, it was right as I was driving away.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember that?
No, because...
Well, that's what it says. Now, I would assume that the trial of this case, you remember things more clearly than you do today because it was closer in time to the event. Aside from the fact it doesn't make sense. Everybody keeps their cell phone in a car. So the fact that you say to me I didn't have my cell phone in the car was a crock. How much did this whole escapade cost you, Mr. McDonald?
He was able to do it for $3,500 as long as I supplied him with all the information.
But in court, you said that you got acquitted in 37 minutes. We were there.
No, it doesn't matter.
You
said
Listen
that you
to
never
me.
touched my...
Third time, you couldn't control yourself. Not the first, not the second. Third time, you couldn't control yourself. So you can't control yourself, and she doesn't know how to tell the truth. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000. That's all.
And, Your Honor, you're
Step
aware
out.
that I have judgments against each of it individually, correct?
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000. That's it.
Thank you.
You got it.
All these are excused. You may step out. That's case number 558 on the calendar in the matter of Bowden versus Duncan. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
Your name is Mackenzie, is that right?
Yes.
What's your name?
Brett.
Brett. All right. Your lawsuit says that this young man punched your daughter and broke her glasses.
Yes.
Brett says your daughter started it, right, Brett? How old are you, Brett?
12.
Who was this?
Jason.
Jason was with you when this happened?
Yes.
But your mother wasn't with you, is that right?
No.
Right. So your mother's going to sit down. Tell me how her glasses got broken.
They didn't break. The lens got scratched.
If lens gets scratched, you can't wear them. Tell me what happened.
Well, it started at the soccer field.
Do you remember the date?
No, I don't remember.
Well, you remember what month it was in?
January?
Is that right?
January 29th.
January. Go ahead.
We were at the soccer field.
Who's we?
Me and Jason. And she kicked a ball, and it was coming towards me, and she wasn't anywhere near it yet. And so I kicked it back, and she came over and shoved me.
How did she shove you?
She went up like that, up to my shoulder.
She shoved you on your shoulder?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Did you say anything to her?
No, I told her not to do it again, or I was going to tell the manager.
Where was this? Where were you playing?
Sluggers.
What?
Sluggers.
I don't know what Sluggers is.
It's sports center.
Indoors?
Yeah. Yes.
Better. So she kicked a ball, you kicked it away, she came over and she shoved you on your shoulder.
Yes.
What happened then?
Well, then we left, and then...
Where did you go?
We went to the basketball court.
Is that also indoors?
Yeah. Then she and... What?
Yes.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Afterwards, she and Mackenzie got them two over there, and they were following, and then she came...
They were following who?
Me and Jason.
They were following the two of you?
Yeah.
Why do you think that they were following the two of you?
I don't know.
Do you think that these two people were picking on you?
I don't know. They weren't saying anything to us.
They were just following you?
Yeah, they didn't say nothing.
Okay. And what happened next?
Well, she came up and kicked me between the legs.
Just a second. Stand up, Jason. Move over to him. No, now move back over there. Show me how she kicked you between your legs.
She came up and went like that. When I was
So it
walking
hit you on the back of your knee?
No, right
Where?
in the private area.
She kicked you in your private area. She must be a rocket. You can sit down now. And then what happened?
Then after that, I kept walking, and then she grabbed my hoodie from the behind like this, and she started punching me up here in the spinal cord, and then I turned around and punched her.
Now, where were these two people when she came up to you and kicked you?
They left before she kicked me, and they went to a car or something, and then there's these other kids, Rance and Easton, that were egging them on.
Egging who on?
Them two.
Egging them on? How were they egging them on?
They were provoking them while they were in the car.
Well, how were they Tell me how they were provoking them.
They were saying that they can't do nothing about what was going on, that they aren't going to do nothing, and they were flipping them off.
Did you know Mackenzie from before that day?
No.
So you still haven't explained to me why you punched her.
She hit me first, and I was self-defending myself.
Because she was grabbing hold of your hoodie?
Yeah, and then she started punching me.
Did it hurt you? Really? After you punched her, what did you do?
She knocked her glasses off and ran off, and then I picked them up and sat them on the counter. And afterwards, I went behind the counter with the worker because he said he wouldn't let the lady do anything.
Which lady?
Her.
You mean she came back looking for you?
Yeah.
And the person who worked at the sports center took you behind the counter?
Yeah.
Because they were afraid that this lady was going to beat you up?
They were afraid that she was going to do something, and they were afraid.
So they took you behind the counter.
Yes.
And then what happened? Brett.
Then after that, she came back in with her daughter, and they got their glasses, and she started yelling at us, and Rance and Easton were smart-aleking again, and then she was chewing them out, and then she told me to call my mom, and I did, and she talked to my mom about what happened, and that afterwards she hung up and left after my mom told her that she was going to be there to talk to her, and she left. And then afterwards we looked for her, and then we couldn't find her, and then we left.
Have you been back to the sports center?
Since? No.
Why not?
Because the guy said not to come back for a while.
Right. And why do you think the guy told you not to come back, Brett?
So I don't cause any more problems.
That sounds right. And did they also tell your friend Jason not to come back?
No.
Just you?
Me and Rance and Easton.
So the three of you were told don't bother to come back?
Yeah, but since Rance and Easton were on the baseball team, they get to come back.
But not you?
Not me.
You think that's unfair?
No.
You think that you behaved badly that day?
Yes.
Good. You did. You think your friends were sort of troublemakers?
Yes.
How old are they?
Easton, I don't know, and Rance, I think he's 13.
You're 12. So you're the youngest. You like to hang around with guys who are a little bit older?
Yes.
Okay, who are you?
I'm her sister.
Okay, so you want to tell me what you saw that day?
I was sitting by my mother watching my younger sister Cody playing her soccer game at Sluggers, and Mackenzie came up, and I believe it was the second time she'd come up, and she asked my mother if she could defend herself because some boys were calling her names and said they were going to beat her up.
What were they calling you, Mackenzie?
Blue eyes and eyes twitching.
You think that's nice?
No.
Don't even suggest to me that nobody said that to Mackenzie, because we know that they did.
It was Easton and Rance that were...
It was somebody else.
Yes.
Somebody else did it. You know what we used to call that? The Sadi principle. Remember that? Some other dude did it. Why were they calling her names?
Because, I think because she twitches. I'm not sure. But I told them not to, but they just kept going.
You told them not to? You, age 12, told these boys that you were trying to impress. Don't tease the little girl. That's not nice. You told them that?
Yeah.
I don't believe you. You, who ended up punching her, told the other two boys who were merely calling her names, don't call her names. Is that what you want me to believe? Brett?
Yes.
I don't!
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
We went to go see what was going on, why they were bugging them, and there was 4 boys, and they all ran into the bathroom and hid.
Everybody had to go to the bathroom the same time?
And later today,
she would come and drop him off, and she would get off work and go out to clubs and stuff instead of coming and picking him up. I mean, he would be there half the night before she'd come and get him, and she'd just abandon him there.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. 10-year-old Mackenzie Hammond says 12-year-old Brett Williams punched her in the face and broke her glasses. Brett says Mackenzie hit him first.
So your sister said to you, can I defend myself?
She said that to my mother, but I was sitting there and heard it. And then my mother sent me and my boyfriend down to see what was going on because Mackenzie doesn't get in fights. She doesn't get in trouble.
And when you went down there, what happened?
We went to go see what was going on, what the boys, why they were bugging them, what the side of the story were. And there was 4 boys, and they all ran into the bathroom and hid.
Everybody had to go to the bathroom the same time?
No, I didn't go in there. I went behind the counter.
You hid behind the counter. The other 3 went into the bathroom.
No, me and Jason went behind the counter.
So the 2 of you hid behind the counter, and 2 of your friends, the 2 who were teasing her, ran into the bathroom.
Yes.
That's not right.
Can I see the bill for the glasses, please? Stand up with him now. Brett, do you have any brothers and sisters?
Yes.
Brothers or sisters?
Both.
How old is your brother?
11 and 4.
And what about a sister?
14 and 2.
Okay. How would you feel if your sister wasn't very nice looking and some kids were teasing her and making her feel sad and cry? How would you feel?
Bad.
What would you do?
Tell the other people not to.
Because it really isn't nice to tease other people.
Right.
Especially not right to tease other people if they have a physical disability. Right?
Right.
You would never do that, would you?
Probably would.
You did. Anything you want to say to me?
No, ma'am.
Good. Judge the plaintiff for the amount of $517, that's all. Now you can apologize.
Sorry for punching you.
Why does that excuse? You may step out.
I don't feel that I should have paid for the whole thing since my kid wasn't the only one involved.
Oh, there were 4 boys, and they were definitely all involved, but her son is the one that actually punched my daughter and broke the glasses.
With a little bit of both sides, not just one.
It was up to her to go after the other boys for their part of it.
She threw the first swing, and I was doing self-defense.
I feel that it was very fair because Brett lied on just about everything.
Mackenzie walked away 4 different times from this kid. They even pursued her to the car and beat on the car.
Don't hit if you don't want to get hit back.
Given the fact that the kid has been in trouble before with the law, I hope he gets some help. I think he needs it.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter, Jackson versus Jackson. Step forward, please.
21-year-old concrete finisher Daniel Jackson and his wife Lauren are suing Daniel's sister, Amanda Jackson, for unpaid babysitting fees and a cell phone bill. Amanda says the couple is trying to squeeze her for money.
Mr. Jackson, this is your sister?
Yes, ma'am.
And your sister-in-law?
Yes.
Your complaint is twofold. First, that she owes you for some babysitting that you did for her. And second, that because you were being nice, you got her access to a cell phone. The agreement was she was to pay the bill. And after some sort of a rift, she left, and you got a cell phone bill for $1,600 that were long-distance calls that were hers, and you want her to pay that bill because now the bill has gone into collection. Your sister says that she's all paid up on the child care and that she asked you numerous times to let her see the bill because there's no way she went that far over the minutes to have amassed a bill for $1,600.
Yes, ma'am.
Why was your sister-in-law babysitting for your child?
She has a son, which is Austin's cousin, and she said, you know, I don't work, I stay home anyway, I don't mind him staying over here because I know you can't afford to pay a babysitter, so that's why she kept Austin.
How long did she do that for?
3 months.
How many hours a day?
It would depend on my schedule, depending on which shift I had. When I worked at a restaurant, I worked usually from 2 to 11. She would usually watch him then, or she would watch him in the morning time. So the schedules would vary.
So it's your statement that your sister-in-law agreed to watch your child just because she was being nice?
Yes, ma'am. We never agreed on amount or anything. I told her that, you know, she said, well, whenever you got the money to pay me, that'd be fine. We never agreed on an amount. So whenever I had extra money, I would give it to her.
How much extra?
Sometimes it was $50 a week. Sometimes it was $30 a week. But when I got my tax check in January, I gave her $400 out of it for watching my child.
Show the defendant this statement, please, and ask her if that's her signature. Is that your signature?
Yes, ma'am.
I want you to read what you said about the tax return that you signed over to your brother for babysitting. What does it say?
I signed over my $700 tax refund check to him and his wife.
Well, was it $700 or $400?
The tax check was $700. $400 of it was to go towards babysitting. $300 was to go towards cell phone bill. So the total of the check was $700.
Let me see. And I'll take the statement back as well.
Thank you.
Did she give you this $700?
No, ma'am. She got that check and she couldn't cash it, so she asked me to cash it for her. She gave us $350 for babysitting. And the rest she kept. She said she needed it for bills or money or whatever.
Well, that's what she said initially. She said she gave you $400 for babysitting. And you gave her the rest in cash?
No.
Yes.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah, she was supposed to get the rest of her income tax and give us more money, but we never seen it.
Well, if I had 2 checks that I
Don't
had...
speak.
Yes, ma'am.
What was your arrangement with her as far as babysitting?
Well, she had just moved back from Wisconsin, and she had 2 jobs and no one to watch her son. And my son is almost the same age, so she told me to write down on a piece of paper how many hours a day, and she would pay me. Well, she never did.
Well, pay you what?
We never decided.
Okay, so there was never a fixed agreement?
No, not at first. Then it was like 18 hours a day sometimes. So instead of doing every hour, since it was so much, we just agreed on $100 a week. No.
She would come and drop him off, and she would get off work and go out to clubs and stuff instead of coming to pick him up. I mean, he would be there half the night before she'd come and get him, and she just abandoned him there.
All right, let me see the phone bill.
I also have, from October and November, the hours that I watched her son.
I don't want the babysitting.
Okay. And this.
Just want the phone bill. Is this all on one number?
Yeah, there's 3 numbers on there. It's 3 months of bills, late fees, collection fees,
No,
And
I'll
shut
write it
off
up
fees.
with the $700 check that I gave them. $300 of that check was to go towards my phone bill.
The
I
other
gave them a
$300.
full $700.
I don't believe you, madam.
Well,
Listen to me
that's the
very
way it was.
carefully.
Yes, ma'am.
You owed her more money for babysitting if you were doing the right thing and paying her for babysitting.
I did.
$350
I paid her
doesn't
more
cut
than
it.
that, but I paid her cash.
Doesn't cut it. I believe your brother when he says that he cashed that check and he gave you back cash.
No, that's not true.
Yeah, I believe him. Okay. Now, both of these numbers are on this one bill, and you say that she owes the whole thing.
400 something of it was ours. We subtracted that out of the total amount.
We just added together on that paper her charges.
Yeah, but her charges total the whole thing, according to you. 1845.96, and according to this, it's 1872.
There's also the collection on there that adds another $300 and something.
Well, why didn't you pay yours?
Because they wouldn't take part of a payment. They wanted the whole thing.
No, that's not true. Don't tell me. When the bill starts to add up, Miss Jackson, and you say to a company, listen, somebody else has this phone, but I want to pay my portion of it, so at least we stop the late fees on my portion. They take partial payments.
They had already taken one partial payment from her and still had an overdue balance on it, and they said that they wanted all of it or none of it.
I don't believe you. That I don't believe, that they wouldn't say, listen, I'll take your $400 and then we'll talk about the rest later. I don't know a company that says, I'm not taking your money.
The reason why they want me to pay all of it is Daniel called me a few weeks back and says they're garnishing my check for 85%. Well, I know that that's not true. I know a lot of garnishment laws, and they cannot garnish your check for that amount when you have two dependents and you're the only one in your house working. So I knew he was lying. I later found out she okayed for Singular them to debit their account. She gave them the account number, the routing number, the check numbers, said, okay, you can debit my account for this much money when they didn't have the money in there. That's why they're wanting me to pay all of this bills.
Don't you think you probably owe for some of these excess minutes?
No, ma'am, I don't.
Well, it's very hard for me to figure out exactly what she owes. Sir?
It's all listed on there under her phone number, the amount that she owes on each one.
I see $327.
Yeah, that's
for her
turning
number.
the phones off, for having the phone shut off early. That's the early termination fees.
Okay. That she's responsible for.
For having their phones terminated also?
Yes,
300,
because...
just a second. You had yours terminated, $327. That's what that is, that you owe.
For their phones being shut off?
No, that's just for yours. 772.
Yes, ma'am, that's her phone.
Is that your number?
Yes, ma'am.
327, 701, and 167, $1,195. It looks to be what you owe on the phone.
Is that with the collection fees and everything on there?
I'm not bothering with that, sir. That's your problem. Learn next time. Don't get somebody else's cell phone and let the bills pile up, including yours. You also didn't pay your bill.
Well, we've already paid our portion.
You
of
didn't
over.
pay your bill in a timely fashion. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You let somebody else swing for it. You're just annoyed because it all got caught up and they're coming after you instead of coming after her. But she owes the money, $1,195. As far as I'm concerned, the babysitting, that's your problem.
Parties are
Goodbye.
excused. 39 on the calendar in the matter of Jack versus Quast. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat.
This is Jack. This young man is your son.
Yes, he is.
It is your claim that he owes you for some loan that you made him for an attorney when he got himself into some trouble. In addition to that, you had an argument with him several months ago and claimed that he assaulted you, and you wanted him to pay punitively for assaulting you. Your son says that you were the one who actually hit him and that the attorney was your idea, so you pay for it. Is that right?
Yes.
And he has a counterclaim. He says that you disposed of, either sold or got rid of some of his personal property, and in addition, something about a truck that was his that you got rid of. What were you arrested for?
I was actually never arrested. My name got sent into something that happened. No charges have been brought about it.
When was this?
Last...
Your mother would know. When was it?
It was the end of July, beginning of August. The attorney was gotten like second week in August.
Okay. How old are you, by the way?
21.
What kind of work do you do now?
Construction.
How long have you been working?
I've been at my job for over a year and a half now.
Okay. So sometime last year, he got an attorney. For what, Miss Jack?
He was involved in a credit card scam at an appliance store up by our house.
How did you find out about it?
Between him coming home and saying he had to get the stuff out of the house and some of his friends coming to look for him, I got more details about what had happened.
I don't know what you mean. He's saying that he's got to get what stuff out of the house?
Some of the stuff that was stolen or bought with the credit card.
So you had some of this stuff in your house?
He had it in his car, actually, when the car was in my garage.
So he was not questioned, not taken into custody, and never arrested. So tell me about the lawyer. Who called him?
I did, along with Nathan.
Who called him? You only have one person on the phone. Who called him?
I was on the phone.
And where did you get the lawyer from?
A friend of mine from work brought Nathan to her house and talked with Nathan and got the name of the attorney from her boyfriend. So Nathan and Actuel got the attorney's name.
Is that right?
No, she had a long conversation at work with a friend, got the attorney's name, had him, and already called him by the time she got home and talked to me.
Did you ever make an agreement with your mother to pay for the attorney? Don't look over there.
No.
Well, you hesitated for a moment, Mr. Quast. So I want you to tell me, what kind of discussion did you have with your mother?
Nothing was brought up about it. I mean, it was basically to find out what was going on with it. She came out and wanted to do it just as a safe regard.
As a what?
As like a safe regard in case something did come of it.
Safe regard? That's not English, sir. How much was the lawyer, Mr. Quast?
I believe $2,500.
And who paid for the lawyer?
She wrote the check out.
Were you there when she wrote out the check?
Yes.
Was it in the lawyer's office?
Yes.
You were working construction at that time?
Yes.
Where were you living?
I was renting the basement from her.
How much were you paying her in rent?
Work around the house.
Don't irritate me. How much were you paying her in rent?
Nothing.
And how much were you earning in construction?
In between $400 to $500 a week.
What were you doing with your money?
Sinking into getting cars running out of the way.
You want to repeat that for me one more time? Sinking into getting my cars running once out of the way? What does that mean? What does that mean? We live in a country where English is the primary language, sir. Try to speak English. Did you graduate from high school?
Nope.
Well, you should have. Go back to school. You're going to be spending a lot of years trying to communicate, Mr. Quast. If you can't make yourself understood, very simple questions. What were you doing with your money?
I was putting my money into vehicles of mine, getting them fixed, to get them out of there, get them sold, get rid of them. I had 2 vehicles not running. I put a couple $1,000s into one of them.
Did you sell it?
Nope.
Why not?
Still couldn't get it running. It ended up being given away.
When you hired this attorney and you wrote out a check for $2,500, where was his money?
He didn't have any money. He was working.
Right.
He was working construction, but it wasn't a consistent 40-hour week. It was here, there, whenever, and depending on weather and whether he got up or not.
You see, Miss Jack, I understand that when you have then a 20-year-old son who's inculpated in a theft ring, and you know that he's involved in this theft ring because you've got the stolen merchandise in your house, I can understand you as a mother saying, listen, I got to get some advice from an attorney for you because, you know, you're an idiot. I raised you, but you're an idiot. That doesn't make it alone, Miss Jack. The fact that he continues not to do the right thing does not create a situation where he has a contract with you to pay you back this money. You're just pouring money into an idiot.
Yeah.
I would have poured money into him if he said he wanted to go back to school to get his GED so that he could speak the language.
The day that we obtained the attorney, I wrote out the check for $2,500. Nate signed all the paperwork at the attorney's office. During the meeting with the attorney, he even discussed it with the attorney that he was paying me back. And the attorney spoke to him about being nice and cutting the grass and doing everything for Mom, doing this and
Good.
borrowing
So
him the money.
Did he cut the grass for you?
No.
No, of course not. Doesn't miss a meal, though.
Yeah, no. In conjunction with spending the money on the cars, he was drinking excessively, too.
Miss Jack, you made a...
I know it.
I want you to tell me about the argument that you had, because that's the second part of your lawsuit. You say he assaulted you.
That assault was over the cars that he's talking about that he was working on. There was one vehicle that was in my garage that had been ripped apart and sitting there for 13 months. He had taken the motor apart to replace the timing chain. In the meantime, I'm trying to get my house ready to sell. I had 2 cars donated to the Veterans Association. one of which was his truck. And that's when he ran upstairs, went into the file cabinet, pulled all the titles to the vehicles, and started flipping out on me, because there was no way we were taking his truck. The truck was in my name. I bought it.
Really?
Yes.
So what happened?
Eventually, I had the restraining order filed on him.
Well, you didn't tell me about the assault
Oh, the
yet.
assault happened after, when I went in the house after the tow truck driver had left. I went to grab the titles out of his hands, and he whipped me across the living room, twisted my arms behind my back, got me head first down into the love seat with his knees in my back.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Your mother has sort of stood by you.
Stood by me to destroy my life.
I'm going to give you some advice. Go back to school. You need it.
And later today,
What were you arrested for, sir?
OWI.
What's an OWI?
Operating while intoxicated.
Operating on whom?
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Barbara Jack says her son, Nathan Quast, owes for the cost to retain an attorney and an assault. Nathan is countersuing for the return of personal property and a car.
Okay, go ahead.
Your Honor, I came outside and I said, you want me out of here? I'll leave. Just sign over my cards to me. I'll take them and go. She lunged at me. She hit me multiple times. I had a bite mark in my back that big around. I was down like this. I swung underneath her. She flew across the room. She says that I came at her and everything else. No. I ran to the phone, called the police. Police showed up.
And what happened?
She came up with the story. They said either you both go to jail or nobody goes to jail.
And?
I've been in jail a couple times. I ain't going back.
What were you in jail for, Mr. Quast?
Oh, stupid little stuff.
Like?
Not paying a fine.
What kind of fine, sir?
A ticket. Couple
What else?
tickets.
Ticket, a couple of tickets. What else?
That's
Ever have a DUI?
Yeah, I had one of them.
What?
Said yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
How many?
Just one.
All right. Now let me hear a little bit about your counterclaim, sir.
All right. I had one truck, an '89 SM Blazer.
Was it in whose name?
It was in her name. At that time, all my vehicles were in her name. It made my insurance cheaper.
How many pieces was the truck in?
Probably at the time she got rid of it, probably 15, 20.
And how long had it been in 15 or 20 pieces?
2-3 months. So over time, all this work has been done to it. I've had receipts, $80, $840 that I've put into this truck. They can't even figure out what was wrong with it. I mean, it ended up almost being a motor. And I actually did go buy a new motor after all this work done to it.
Consider it rent.
Consider it rent?
Consider it rent, sir, and legal fees.
There's never stolen merchandise at my house.
So
it was
your
actually
mother's-
in my
just a
buddy's
second.
car that showed up.
It was where?
It was in my buddy's car that showed
Your
up at
buddy's
my house.
car. And where was your buddy's car?
He was parked out front when we got the phone call.
And what did the phone call say when you got the phone call?
Police have been called. Everybody's name's been given up.
You better ditch the stuff.
He took off with it.
All right. Now, what else does your mother owe you, aside from the car that was in her name?
All my bedroom furniture.
Your bedroom furniture.
All my bedroom furniture
bought
she
it?
has. Me.
Show me a bill.
I don't have the receipts for that.
When did you buy it?
Oh, 4 or 5 years ago.
When you were 16?
Yeah. I've worked at a job since I was 14.
What else?
Actually, I have a home theater system that I bought when I was 15.
Really?
A whole bunch of tools. I mean...
They're gone.
Huh?
They're gone.
They're gone?
She sold them to pay your lawyer.
These are tools I work with. Like, they do my job with.
I suggest you go buy new ones. They're gone.
It's not easy to go buy a $750 air compressor, a $500 staple gun.
And is it just as easy to go and replace that as it to replace $2,500 to pay for a lawyer because your idiot son gets into a scheme where stolen property is in front of your house in a car?
She was told she was getting the money back from the attorney.
You mean the attorney was working for nothing because of your personality, sir?
No, he actually said he's giving the money back as soon as statute of limitations is over.
And when do you think the statute of limitations is going to be over, sir?
It'll probably be over in 5 years.
6.
6?
Letter said
Not
6.
after they see this tape. Miss Jack, he's your kid. You don't want to give him any more money? Don't give him any more money. You had an altercation with him? Did you go to the hospital?
No, I did not.
All right. Your mother has sort of stood by you, is that right?
Stood by me to destroy my life.
Well, she stood by you, sir. She allowed you to live in her home. She allowed you to eat her food. She allowed you to, I'm speaking, she allowed you to keep your car pieces in the garage. She went to a lawyer and shelled out $2,500 in hopes that maybe you wouldn't spend the next 2 or 3 years in prison. That's what I'm talking about, sir. So I'm going to give you some advice. From your mother, you get zero. Nothing. Nada. From me, you get advice. Go back to school. You need it. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I've had a restraining order filed. He was police escorted out of the home, and he has been out of the house since beginning of March.
My brother's now recently staying with me, and he's got 1 foot out the door.
He has financially, ruined me.
She's taking everything from me.
Hope some mothers are smarter than I am.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Schaefer versus Jack. Step forward.
James Schaefer, a friend of both litigants from the previous case, is suing Barbara Jack for the cost to bail her son out of jail. Barbara says she's not paying.
Who are you?
Me, Jeanette Schaefer.
How are you related to him?
I'm his mother.
I already know who you are. All right. Mr. Schaefer, you are a friend of this gentleman over here.
Yes.
He got himself arrested again.
Yep.
According to your complaint, his mother called and said he totally tapped her out. She had no more money. And according to you, she asked you if you would bail her son out of jail.
That's correct.
You did, and you want her to pay you back.
Yeah.
And Miss Jack says he's a big boy, let him pay his own bail.
That's correct.
Tell him to stand up over there. I don't want to speak to him yet. Mr. Quast, what were you arrested for, sir, this time?
OWI.
What's an OWI?
Operating while intoxicated.
Operating on whom?
I was driving a motor vehicle.
Did you have a license?
Nope.
So what were you driving a car for?
I was actually up north working.
Well, you couldn't have been working and drinking at the same time.
Everybody that was working, we all went out to the bar after work.
What car were you driving?
97 Lumina.
Where'd you get that car from?
I was making payments on it.
This
in my mother's
is
name.
yet another car.
Yes.
And that car is also in your mother's name?
Yes.
You don't learn.
I did now. Took me a little while.
Okay, so you got pulled over because you were driving without a license in a car that was not yours, and you had been drinking. And this wasn't the first time you had been pulled over, so they held you. Is that right?
Yes.
And who was the first person that you called?
My mom.
When was this?
The day after Christmas, at about 4 o'clock in the morning, she called me.
And tell me about the conversation that you had.
Basically, she called me and said, guess what my son got into again? She told me that I'd be paid back as soon as possible. I told him to put it on my credit card, and I never received payment.
Can I see the credit card, please?
I don't have the credit card information, but I do have the bail information.
I'd like to see it. Did you go to where your friend was? This was your friend?
Yeah.
Which is why she called you.
Yeah.
Now, the first person that you called, Mr. Quast, was your mother. Tell me about the conversation you had with your mother.
Called her up. I was still feeling pretty good at that time. Told her that I got pulled over. I'm in jail. Bail me out.
And what'd she say?
I'll see what I can do.
And that was it?
That was it.
And what's the next thing that you remember?
Waking up in a 4x8 cell.
How many children do you have?
2. This is my daughter here.
I'll hear you.
Okay. I was contacted by my cousin that morning who woke me up saying Nate had been trying to get a hold of me. He had spoke to several individuals before he got in touch with me. When he called, he asked me for the money. I told him I didn't have any more. I was tapped out. He said, can you call Grandpa? And I said, Grandpa's not going to do it. And he said, call Jimmy. He'll put it on his credit card. Tell him I'll pay him back as soon as I get paid from the Osceola trip. He was up in Osceola, Wisconsin doing a siding job, and that's what he was going to use to pay Jimmy back.
So he said to you, call Jimmy and he'll put it on his credit card.
Yes. So in turn, I did call Jimmy. Jimmy agreed to do it, and he says, but you got to guarantee me we're going to get the money back. I said, well, he's finishing this job. That's what they were up doing. You know, he says he's going to pay you back. He never paid him.
But his agreement wasn't with him. His agreement was with you.
I was the middleman. Nate is the one that
you
said
guaranteed that he would be paid back.
Well, per Nathan, yeah.
You guaranteed that he was going to be paid back. He's the innocent bystander.
I agree, totally. He's an innocent, but I was not the one that should be responsible to pay him. And I think it's time Nate pay his bills.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you, madam. But this is a court. And in the court, I have this young man standing here, and I have you. And between the two of you, you guaranteed that he would be paid back $780. You guaranteed it.
If Nate would have called me, I would have never bailed him out. But his mom called me, and
it was hard to say no.
Yeah.
Just for my own satisfaction, and I want you to be very honest with me, did you at least sell some of the property that...
The only thing I got out of it is that truck that I donated.
Right.
They gave me a $500 tax write-off.
Oh, just a write-off.
Just a write-off. All the furniture, the Cadillac, all that, I still have all that.
You do?
Yeah.
Everything else, listen to me. Sell it. Don't keep it in storage. You have the Cadillac? With all the extras that he put on it?
Yep.
Sell it. All the other things that he abandoned? Sell it. He doesn't deserve it. He's got to grow up. But meanwhile, he's got to stop taking advantage of you, and you have to stop letting him take advantage of you, because you're going to get old very fast, and he's not learning a thing. It's time. Sell his property. Meanwhile, you have to pay him $780, so sell the Cadillac.
Okay.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $780. I hope she listens to me and sells your car.
Parties up. Case number 379 on the calendar in the matter of Perez versus Delgado. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
Ms. Perez, how long were you and Mr. Delgado together?
A little over 5 years.
You have no children together?
No children.
Records indicate that this is not the first lawsuit that you filed against Mr.
It is not.
Delgado. When did you separate from him?
We separated in November of '03. I filed a lawsuit against him when I could find him. He was on the run.
Is that around the time that you allege he both damaged your car, which is the subject of this lawsuit, and assaulted you, broke your finger?
It is.
After that happened, he left. You did not live together anymore.
That's correct.
Now, this is one lawsuit. How many lawsuits have you filed, not about this charge, against Mr. Delgado in total? Because our records indicate you have had other cases against him. For what?
One's not resolved.
Well, what is it about?
A motorhome. I owned 3 houses, 4 cars, and a motorhome. And he took off with the motorhome. I gave him a car. And the other one has to do with tax issues. He hadn't filed taxes in 5 years. And the other one is the broken finger and the laptop.
Just a second. If he hadn't filed taxes in how many years, what does that have to do with you?
He contacted me to try and help him get it done, for my accountant to do it for him.
When had he contacted you?
May of '04.
Did you lend him money, allegedly?
I did.
Has that case been resolved?
That case has been resolved.
In whose favor?
I dropped the lawsuit because he was crying and pleading to drop the lawsuit that he would make a payment.
Ms. Perez, in May of 2004, did you lend him money or allow him to use your account?
I did not loan him money, but he was using my accountant that I'm in good standing with to do his taxes and didn't have a checkbook to pay him with. So I was taking on the debt because it was my accountant.
Were you speaking to her in May of 2004?
Yes, ma'am. We met with the accountant together on May 15th and signed my taxes. She had all my tax records.
You met together?
Yes, ma'am.
And when you met together, did you have lunch before you went to the accountant?
We met at a restaurant with the accountant.
So on the way. I'm speaking. So you had lunch together?
Yes, ma'am.
When did you contact Ms. Perez prior to May of 2004?
I had talked to her several times prior to that.
Where were you when you contacted her?
At the same home I'm at right now. I haven't moved or changed phone numbers.
Did you see Ms. Perez at any time between November of 2003 and May of 2004?
No, ma'am.
Did not see her?
No, ma'am.
That is not true.
That's not true?
No.
When did you see him?
I gave him 30 days to remove his items from the house. I was moving from San Diego to Los Angeles. He never took everything at one time and kept calling once a day to come pick something else up from the house.
So
that went on for January 28th of '04. And I moved on February 26th of '04.
Your Honor?
Yes.
I can show here where I have papers where I sold my house in Oceanside and it closed escrow on January 12th. I have here canceled checks and loan documents were on January 22nd. I was in Kansas City, already purchased another home. I haven't been back here.
It's so fascinating to me because I'm gathering all kinds of information, and you are taking positions, each of you, that is inconsistent with the position that you really want to take with regard to this lawsuit, just to fight with each other.
No, ma'am, I'm not. I didn't touch anybody's car, and I didn't touch her, and that's my position.
Well, we're going to get there.
Sorry.
But what you're doing is, you're not helping yourself, because you're not thinking it through. Let me get there for you, Mr. Delgado. According to your complaint, Ms. Perez, sometime in November of 2003, at about the time that you separated, Mr. Delgado damaged your car. And after he damaged your car, about a week later, you got into an altercation, and he assaulted you. You're going to tell me about those two things.
Okay.
Because that's what this lawsuit is about. So let's get there, and let's get there, Ms. Perez, quickly.
The assault actually happened on October 3rd of 03. The last time I ever saw him again was November 18th of 03.
Well, between October 3rd of 03 and November 18th, did you live together?
No.
Did you stay together?
No.
Tell me what happened on October 3rd, 2003.
Okay. He used to work at a hotel chain and called me one day to bring 8 kids home. Their apartments were not ready yet. They were to be employed at the hotel he was working. I allowed him to bring these 8 kids home, and it turned into a fiasco for the next 2 weeks until the apartments were ready. I have evidence of what my house was like, what his behavior was like.
I'm not interested. Could we get to the October 3rd, 2003?
Come to find out, he was fooling around with one of the kids staying at my house and would come home daily in a combative mood, and subsequently threw a cell phone at my car out of anger and took my car drunk, pulled into the garage and ran over a hand dolly. I have pictures before he did that, after he did that.
Was that on October 3rd?
The last event was on October 3rd. That was prior to October.
Talking about the car.
The car was prior to October 3rd.
Date?
September 27th.
Between September 27th and October 3rd, did you live together?
He was keeping hours at the hotel. He would stay at the hotel.
Ms. Perez, between September 27th...
Not as boyfriend and girlfriend, no.
Now, get to October 3rd, 2003.
My cleaning lady was at the house, and we were in the garage. And not to disrupt her cleaning, this is my cleaning lady, we went in the garage. We started having a heated argument over things that were happening with all the kids at the hotel, and it turned into a pushing, shoving, spitting match. He proceeded to spit in my face.
What did you do to him?
Pushed him off of me, and that's how my finger got broken.
Just a second. You said to me it turned into a pushing, fighting, spitting match.
Well,
match is your term. Now you've told me what you say he did to you. You tell me what you did to him.
Happened to be in the same room.
Well, you just told me that you just... Shh. Ms. Perez, you just told me that you broke your finger pushing him
off of me.
Well, how was he on you?
I was on the couch. He was towering over me.
You were on the couch in a garage.
Right. We had a computer, a television, a hockey table. It was like a game room.
So you're on the couch in the garage.
I don't allow smoking inside my house. And that's
You're on the couch in the garage, and he's on top of you.
Right.
And you pushed him off you.
That's correct.
And you broke your finger.
That's correct.
What else?
My cleaning lady at the time was inside cleaning the house. I went inside, got my keys, purse, and had to go pick up my 8-year-old from school. I went and picked up my 8-year-old from school, took him with me to the emergency room. And because he was with me, I really didn't want him knowing what was going on. So I went to the doctor and told him it had occurred from fooling around. Now, the break was a circular break, and it broke every...
You have the emergency room records?
I absolutely do, and
good
pictures.
Well, can I ask you this question?
I have a diagram.
Shh. I don't want a diagram. I don't want pictures. I asked you for the emergency room records. And if you were going to the emergency room, I assumed that you were just going to pick up your son so that he wouldn't be left out at school without someone caring for him.
That's correct.
Why didn't you take your housekeeper with you, who is here today, so that she could sit outside with your son if you were going to the emergency room?
She was leaving. She had another job to go to, and she
Did you ask her to stay?
No, I did not. I was leaving.
It was an emergency. You were going to the emergency room.
That's correct.
Told the doctor you were fooling around snapping kitchen towels.
That's correct, because my 8-year-old was with me, and I did not want to subject him to all the things going on. He had been around Joe since he was 2, and I really didn't want to crush or make him scared about any of the occurrences going on.
So what are you suing him now for? You don't think your son's going to know about this?
No, I've kept it from him.
Well,
he's in school.
10 million people watch this program, madam.
He's in school with after-school activities.
You got a lot of excuses.
He goes,
Mr. Delgado, you want to tell me what, if anything, you remember about October 3rd?
Your Honor, all I know is that we have a dog named Daisy that was a shepherd mix. We always used to take a towel, and she would get one in, and you'd grab her, and she'd like this and play with her. I came home. She said she was wrestling with the dog. Daisy pulled on the towel, and she broke her finger.
Your Honor?
She drove...
I don't want to hear you. You see how quiet he was?
She drove herself to the doctor and came home with the medical report, said her finger was broken, and they were going to wait and see for a few weeks whether she needed to have any surgery or anything else done on it. At the time, we had the same medical insurance. We were in the same house, everything. That was the last I ever heard it until 2 years later. I get my 4th lawsuit from her about that.
Your Honor, I have a diagram drawn by the doctor, the surgeon, of what needs to be done to repair my finger. My cleaning lady was there at the house and can tell you what she heard from inside the house, and we were in the garage. Come on.
Tell me your name, please.
Yolanda Marcial.
How long have you worked for Miss Perez?
More than 8 years.
8 years. Why didn't you go with her to the emergency room, Miss Marcial?
Because I was working in the house. I was busy in the house, and I just getting ready to leave.
What time of the day were you getting finished with your job?
Around like 2 something.
In the afternoon?
2 something.
And where were you going?
To Oceanside.
What's in Oceanside?
I was working for another lady in Oceanside.
What time are you due there?
Around like, I got traffic around like 4 over there to Oceanside.
How long did you remain in the house after Miss Perez left to go and pick up her son?
When she left to get, around like maybe like 45 minutes.
Did Miss Perez ask you to accompany her to the emergency room?
No.
Did you offer to accompany her to the emergency room?
No.
When she came inside, did she show you her hand?
She walked with the hand like that, and I know that something happened because I heard screaming in the garage and fighting in the garage.
When you heard screaming and fighting in the garage, did you go into the garage?
No. I'm only that cleaning person, and nothing.
You heard screaming and fighting in the garage, and you didn't go in there? Did you call the police?
No.
You just went on vacuuming. Sit down, Miss Marcial. Put your hand down.
I have pictures.
Not interested in the pictures. More interested in the statement that you made to the doctor when you went in there.
I had my 8-year-old with me.
I don't believe that that's the reason you make up that kind of a lie.
I had to.
No, you don't. You have to say, would you go sit over there? And doctor, I want to tell you privately what happened. That's what you do. I mean, otherwise, the doctor believes what you're saying, correct?
Correct.
Correct. Because you give the doctor information, because based upon that information, it helps them treat whatever's wrong with you.
I came up with that story to protect my child.
No, that's a lot of baloney. That's baloney. I'm older than you are. I've been to the emergency room, both with myself and my children. Over the course of the years, little things happen. And you can always say, go over and sit there with that nice nurse for a second because the doctor wants to see me.
Your Honor, I tried to call 911, and he threw the phone and broke it.
Listen to me very carefully. You were out of the house. You went to pick up your child. You say to her, do me a favor, leave now and call the police. I'm leaving now. I'm going to the police. You did nothing. You did absolutely nothing except go to the emergency room on the 3rd for whatever reason and tell the doctor that you hurt yourself fooling around with a towel.
I was protecting my child.
You keep saying that, and I keep saying to you, I don't believe you.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Get over it. Put a period. He doesn't want to have anything to do with you anymore. It was 5 years out of your life. Move on.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Linda Perez is accusing her ex-boyfriend, Joseph Delgado Jr., of damaging her car and breaking her finger.
Now, there's a lawsuit that she filed against you that she won a judgment for $1,000.
No, ma'am, she didn't win a judgment. She dropped the lawsuit. I paid the $1,000.
Tell me about that $1,000, sir.
After we'd split up, we hadn't talked for a while. I was behind on my taxes. Finally, I called Linda a couple times and talked to her, and we kind of were in an amicable position where I said, listen, I need to file my taxes. So she agreed that she would give me my tax paperwork and everything back.
Why did you leave without your tax paperwork?
I left just about everything I had there.
Why?
Because we're just not getting along, and that was enough.
When did you leave?
I don't remember the exact date, but I was out of there by the end of October.
So there came a time that you called her and said to her what?
That I wasn't coming back.
Taxes.
Oh, taxes. Well, I had asked for this before I left California, you know, and I was not.
Fine. So she said she'd give you your paperwork.
And finally, in about April of 2004, And then what she's telling the truth about the account, and we used her account, and I have the paperwork here. And I flew out here on May 15, 2004. We all three met. It was a respectable day. We didn't fight. Nothing happened. We didn't argue. She brought the paperwork. She said the accountant did the paperwork, and she did write the check for the $1,000, and I paid that back. And then I got back to Kansas City, where I live. And then on August 24th, I get from Blockbuster Video a bill from Canoga Park, 10 movies all rented in one day under my name. So I called out there and I said, listen.
Can I see that, please?
I said, I don't live in California. I haven't been in California.
Your Honor, all of our kids have the same Blockbuster card.
Well, yes, they do. And this is where it got real interesting, where Blockbuster knew who exactly rented them. Because our kids before, both of our older boys, would go down and rent movies, and we had late fees, Linda and I went to Blockbuster, and we put a password on our account. So in order to rent movies, you had to know that password. When I called this Blockbuster and said, I don't owe this money, they said, yes, you're the primary person on the account, and the person that used that account used the password to get those movies. They rented all 10 of them one day and never brought one of them back.
That was in August of 2004.
And that's after all this. Sorry.
Okay. Tell me about the return of the $1,000, sir.
I took my credit card at Bank of America in Kansas City, and I went down and put that into her account.
So what was the lawsuit about?
I don't remember all the there was a couple of things in there she was suing me for, but that was part of it. Immediately after I got back, she filed the lawsuit. I should have paid it quicker, but, you know, I had told her. But we were in contact the whole time. She knew. And then I went down and paid it. Then I flew out here. Then the lawsuit got canceled after I'd flown all the way out here. Then I go back home. Then this happens. All, you know, it's like this card thing happened, this finger thing happened. But yet we're doing the taxes. We finally got the paperwork settled together. We meet at a restaurant to eat. You know what? You drop the lawsuit. I pay the money. She just said that. Then the Blockbuster thing happens out of no reason. 2 years later, I get 4 more lawsuits. Now I'm going to fly back out here again. And at the time, the finger in the car insurance, we had even the same car insurance until December 12th. We never had any claims. We never had any problems. The health insurance that she went to the doctor with was my health insurance.
Your Honor, he got fired from...
I'm speaking. When did you file the lawsuit with regard to the taxes?
September of 2004.
When did you drop that lawsuit?
The end of September of 2004.
When did you file this lawsuit?
October 27th, I believe.
All right. Ms. Perez, I'm not going to totally annihilate you. I'm just going to do it very, very quickly because quite frankly, I have more important... I'm speaking! Your complaint says that the reason you didn't file this lawsuit sooner was because Joe went on the run and I was unable to locate him because he left the state. In September 2004, I was finally able to find him, and I immediately filed a small claims case against Joe for my car and assault damages. Once he was served, he contacted me, begged me to drop the case, and said he would start making payments. When I received his first payment of $1,000, I went and dismissed the case without prejudice. That is a lie. That's a lie. Because the case that you dismissed in September of 2004 had nothing to do with the car and the assault. I'm speaking. It had to do with the taxes, that he paid you the $1,000, so you dismissed that case. That's what you just told me.
It wasn't solely the taxes.
And you told me that you filed this case September 27th, 2005. Get over it. Put a period. He doesn't want to have anything to do with you anymore. It was 5 years out of your life. Move on. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Your Honor, this is case number 167 on the calendar in the matter of Mahaffey versus Strawn. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Ladies, have a seat.
Mr. Mahaffey, the defendant is your mother-in-law. You are currently separated from your wife. I assume this is your wife.
Yes.
And you have one child together.
Yes, ma'am.
I gather from your complaint that you, your wife, and your baby were living with Miss Strawn in her home.
Yes, ma'am.
And then there was some altercation involving you and your wife and your baby. You claimed that you left, and after you left, Miss Strawn burned your clothes.
Yes.
Miss Strawn says she did not burn your clothes, she put them out on the curb. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
When did your daughter and her husband live with you? From when to when?
They're going to be married 2 years in September. Pretty much the whole time they've been with us.
And when did you leave?
May 23rd on a Monday.
Tell me what happened.
I had my mother pick me up from work.
Did she always pick you up from work?
No, ma'am.
Why did she pick you up on the 23rd of May?
I had no ride at the time.
Okay, she picked you up from work and dropped you off at your house?
My house was at her house at the time.
I got there, and I asked my mother if she wanted to see our son, Ethan, and I told her to wait 1 minute. I went up to the front porch after arriving at the house.
Why did you tell her to wait? Don't they get along?
To some extent. There's been some problems, arguments.
There'd be no reason why she couldn't have came in.
Okay, go ahead.
I went up to the front porch, and what I saw was Ashley and a couple of her friends smoking marijuana on the front porch, and my son was running around in the middle of them.
Where was your mother-in-law?
She was at work at the time.
Is this the first time that you saw your wife smoking marijuana in front of your son?
No, ma'am.
Was this a frequent occurrence?
Yes.
My daughter did. That's my Todd.
Don't shout out again. I let you do it once.
Okay.
But don't do it again.
Thank you.
Go ahead. Chin down.
After seeing what I saw, I had asked for Ashley to ask all her friends to leave at the time.
Well, you probably got angry. If what you say is true, you probably didn't just ask. You probably got angry and you were shouting.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you were shouting, and what did you do?
I told her I was going to my mother's house to stay for a little while, so I had picked my son up, and I did not want him to be around.
You picked him up and you walked outside with him?
Yes.
And you went to the car?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What happened next?
I asked my mother if we could come over there and stay for a day or two. She said that's fine. We had left and went to the house, and when we arrived at my mother's house, Ashley had called me and told me to give her back her son. And I said, not with you smoking marijuana around him. Until you can stop, then you can call me.
All right. Miss McCafferty, I'd like you to stand up, please. You remember going over to the Strawn house on the 23rd of May?
Yes, ma'am.
When you went over there, when your son came back, he came back with your grandson.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me what he said to you when he came back?
He simply stated that they were up there smoking marijuana and he didn't want his son around it. And
Did he use the word marijuana?
No, ma'am. He pot.
Okay.
And asked me if he could come over to the house and stay and bring the baby, which at that point I told him yes.
Okay. Keep going, Mr. McCaffrey.
After we arrived at the house, Ashley had called me, and she told me to bring back the baby. And I said, no, not with you smoking. And after that, she had hung up on me. And I called Patty at work, and I had told her what she was doing because before I had called her, Ashley had already called her at work and said that I had kidnapped our son.
Well, that's not possible.
And after that, I talked to her for about 20 minutes or so, and she said, why are you doing this? Ashley does not smoke. She hung up.
Ms. Strawn, are you thoroughly convinced that your daughter doesn't smoke marijuana?
Well, actually...
Just answer my question. Thoroughly convinced?
Yes.
All right. There's a very simple way to find that out, Ms. Strawn.
She's been tested. They turned her into defects.
Has she done a hair follicle test or just a urine test?
The urine test. She passed 5.
Just a second. Has she done a hair follicle test?
Nobody suggested it.
Very easy. We can take care of that.
Well, you'll have to do it to him, too, because he's bad as she is.
No, just a second. I'm not interested in him right now. I'm interested in your daughter. Urine test is nothing. But a hair follicle test will demonstrate when you smoked, how much you smoked, and it stays in the hair follicle for up to a year. So you understand that if I order a hair follicle test, if your daughter consents, the results of that test can be sent to any domestic relations court when there is an issue of custody and or visitation. You understand that?
Yes, I do.
Now go and discuss with your daughter whether she's prepared for us to take a sample of her hair and send it to our laboratory. Go ahead.
Like
go
I
ask
said,
her.
ma'am, if you
go,
do it to him,
no,
too.
just, he's not an issue.
Good.
Yeah. Fine, we'll do that. At the conclusion of the hearing, we'll do that.
Well, what does that have to do with what the case is about, ma'am?
Well, it has a great deal to do with the case, madam, because what you're saying is that your daughter doesn't smoke marijuana, therefore the story that he just told me about going up to the porch and seeing her is a lie. That's what you're telling me.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm saying, well, there's a very easy way to figure that out. It has nothing to do with whether he smokes marijuana or not. It's whether your daughter did, and you are committed to the fact that she does not.
Right.
You want to smoke dope, that's your business, but don't smoke dope in front of your child.
I don't, ma'am.
Or be around friends who do.
We weren't smoking pot, ma'am.
What were you doing?
Sitting there talking, and he took the baby without a car seat and left. And then at 6 o'clock in the morning, told me to come get him.
Does he smoke marijuana?
Yeah, he smokes crack, too.
Just a second. Smokes marijuana? And you never... Stand up. Stand up. And what you're telling me is you never did it with him?
Yes, ma'am, I will admit to that.
All right. That's all I'm asking you, my dear. So your mother is mistaken. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
She's been
That's all I wanted to know. That's it. That's the issue. Now you can sit down. You got it. Your daughter does smoke marijuana. She didn't tell you, but she smoked it with her husband. She says he smokes other things too. I didn't ask her about the other things, but she clearly smokes marijuana. Now we understand each other, Miss Strawn? Oh.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You're supposed to stay out of it. This genius picked this genius. The only problem... Well, this is your genius, Miss Strawn.
And later today...
Do you have anything you want to say to me, sir?
He didn't say nothing.
I'm not speaking to
Well,
you.
he's not going to say anything.
I'm not speaking to you!
Well, I'm speaking to you. I'm telling you, he won't say nothing.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Marcus Mahaffey says his estranged mother-in-law, Patricia Strawn, owes for burning his work uniforms. Patricia claims Marcus is making up a story.
Now, let's get back to your burned clothing. Go! And get there fast, because I have other things to do today.
We arrived at the house after her calling me, and I talked to
So
Patty.
you brought the baby back. Keep
Yes,
going.
ma'am. And that night, when I was talking to Ashley, I heard Patty in the background asking for marshmallows. I asked why they want marshmallows. Did they have a fire going? Ashley said, yes, they're burning your clothes. They want to roast marshmallows over your clothes. And I did not believe her. So the next day, on the 24th, I went over there to see for myself. Patty was not there. Ashley refused to show me any clothes. I just happened to walk down the driveway, and I smelled something burnt, a distinctive
Is that
smell.
burnt clothes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You want to show me one piece of the burnt clothing? I don't have to see the whole thing.
Your Honor, who's to say that he didn't burn his own clothes?
Me.
After everything he's done to me.
Me. I'm to say.
Okay.
I'm to say. Because I read your answer. Shh. Got it. Okay, you can put it away. Okay. Miss Strawn says that she took your clothes and she put them out by the curb.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, I did.
You can't do that.
Why?
Because he's a resident of your home, and you have an obligation to hold on to his property until he comes to get it, unless he... Put your hand down. Unless he abandons it. You have no right to take his clothes and put them on the curb, because if you took them and put them on the curb and somebody else came by and burned them, you would be responsible. You have no right to do that.
But he's never so much as paid a cent living
I
in my
don't
house.
care. You allowed him to live in your
put it
home
there.
for
I
2
didn't
years.
want him near
I'm
me.
speaking to you. He lived in your home for 2 years. Don't get in the middle. You're really dumb if you get in the middle, especially if you have 2 children who are babies themselves, and I probably believe you that both of them smoke pot and whatever else. So it's very possible that you 2 mothers-in-law and grandmothers are going to have to be responsible for this baby at some point, because certainly they're not responsible. And I would suggest that you try to maintain reasonable relations. He's allowed to take his child.
No, he's not. There's a TPO
No,
against him.
listen to me. At the time he took his child, there was no custody order. And in this country, the United States of America, one parent does not have any priority over custody over another when the 2 people are married.
But it didn't have anything to do with him pulling up with pot. He wanted the baby, had his mom waiting in the driveway. That's what he did.
Miss Strawn, you weren't there. And the fact that you are so committed to the baloney story that you have concocted in your head, because I believe her when she says that when he came back with the baby and said she's smoking pot on the driveway. I believe he said it. You don't believe it?
I don't, ma'am.
That's your problem. In any event, you have to pay for his clothes. How much were the clothes worth?
The total for the uniforms was $508.
What kind of uniform?
My work uniforms.
What kind of work?
The job he doesn't have anymore.
Mechanic.
You really...
He just got out of jail, for God's sakes.
You are really thick. You're really thick. You're not paying attention to what I'm saying to you.
I'm paying attention.
No, you're not paying attention to what I'm saying to you. What I'm saying to you is you're supposed to stay out of it. This genius picked this genius.
Yeah.
The only problem... Well, this is your genius, Miss Strawn. If he's no bargain, that's her problem. This genius belongs to you. She made a baby with him. He's not going to be out of your life. And that doesn't give you the right to vandalize his property. Judgment for the plaintiff for the amount of $508. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I think it was the right decision because what she did was wrong.
I don't care what he says. I didn't burn his clothes.
I wasn't smoking pot in front of my child.
My wife was on the phone, and I heard her in the background saying that she was burning them.
That's not even true because Ashley wasn't even there.
That's hard to get young people to handle situations in an adult manner.
He's crazy.
There will be nothing between us except for my son, and I'm going to try to get custody of him.
He's not going to get him.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Nuno versus Torres. Step forward, please.
Juanita Nuno is suing her daughter, Carolyn Torres, for a loan to bail her grandson out of jail. Juanita says she may lose her home to foreclosure.
Ms. Nuno, this is your daughter, and according to your complaint, you made your daughter a series of loans. She hasn't paid you back. Your daughter says, yes, it's true that you gave her some money. They were gifts. You do that to all your relatives, and you're singling her out for repayment of these gifts because she had a fight with your other daughter. Is that right, Ms. Torres?
Yeah, that's right.
What did I just say?
I owe her money, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. They're gifts. To me, they're gifts. I heard what you just said.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Did you have anything to drink today?
No, I don't drink.
You use any drugs today?
No, I don't.
Well, then explain to me what your problem is, Ms. Torres.
I don't have a problem.
Who is that?
My kid's father.
Do you live with him?
When I want to, I don't know, when I want him there, I guess.
Step up, sir. What's your name?
Anthony Torres.
How long have you been with Ms. Torres?
About 20, 21 years, off and on.
Do you work?
Yeah.
Does your wife suffer from a disability?
No.
Well, is there something wrong with her today? She seems to be out of sorts today.
Well, because I don't think she should be suing me, that's why.
Why did you agree to come here?
I don't know.
Did you discuss coming here with your wife, Mr. Torres?
Yeah.
Why did she come?
Because it's a lawsuit and she needs to come.
Juanita Nuno says her daughter, Carolyn Torres, owes for a loan for bail. Juanita says she posted her grandson's bond after he was arrested for burglary.
Now, if you've been with Mrs. Torres for 20-some-odd years, then you are the father of this young man who got himself into trouble last year?
Yes, I am.
And the first loan, according to you, Ms. Nuno, was for bail for your grandson.
Yes, it was.
What was he arrested for?
The jack broke into a school.
So he was arrested for burglary?
Yeah.
Did you call your mother and ask her for bail?
Yeah.
What did
But
you
he
say to
called
her?
her first, though. He called and I called after.
Who called?
I think my son called first, and then my niece called me, and then I called her back.
And when you called your mother, what did you say to her?
Bail him out. I don't have the money.
And what did she say to you?
She said, what happened? And I explained to her what happened. The jack broke into a school, so can you bail him out? She does everybody else, so I figured she'd do him.
Why didn't you bail him out?
Like I said, I don't have the money.
Well, how do you support yourself?
By his child support checks.
Well, you live together. Why does he send you child support checks?
Well, when I want to get, I'll call him. He doesn't really live with me.
Miss Nuno, you really expect her to pay you back?
Yes.
From what?
She applied for Social Security, and she was supposed
What was the nature of her disability?
She has arthritis in the spine. That's inherited. It comes down the line. All of us have it. So she applied for Social Security disability.
Yeah.
And they were going to grant it to her. All she needed to do was take a physical exam.
So you expected her to pay you back out of her disability from the government?
Well, not only from that, but from my son-in-law. And I believe him because he never lies.
Well, did he promise to pay you back?
He said he would pay me back. He would pay the bonds people, so that would be good enough.
Is that right, sir?
Yeah, that's right.
So why didn't you pay her?
I intend to, I just haven't had the chance to do it.
It's a year and a half ago, almost 2 years. When are you going to do it?
As soon as I can.
So after they didn't pay you the $1,600, 6 months later you gave her another $2,000. You want to tell me why?
Because I beat her daughter. That's why. That's exactly what happened. She lent me money to move out because I beat her daughter for stealing my child support check.
No, Judge Judy.
Yes, that's what happened.
I billed Anthony out in November.
You got $1,600, Ms. Nuno. What's the $2,000 for?
For getting me out of her house. I was staying with her for 2 months.
Why were you staying there for 2 months?
Because my stupid son, we lost our house in Redlands, so I had to go move in with her because of what he did.
How many other children did you move in with? 5. How old are your children?
15, 14, 10, and 3. And my son, Anthony, and that's 18. He's 18.
You have a 3-year-old child?
Yes, I do.
How did you, with your terrible disability, have a 3-year-old child?
I guess. I don't know how. Well, how else am I going to have a kid?
Judge Judy, you wouldn't believe it. You will not believe this. I had her put in a convent in Mexico. I had tried to educate her day one, and you know...
That's what she went wrong when she sent me to Mexico. She never should have ever sent me to Mexico when I was 10 years old. Never.
Do you have anything you want to say to me, sir?
He didn't say nothing.
No.
I'm not speaking to
Well,
you.
he's not going to say anything.
I'm not speaking to you.
Well, he'll still won't say nothing, though.
I'm not speaking to you.
Well, I'm speaking to you. I'm telling you, he won't say nothing.
Listen to me very carefully, Miss Torres. You've already shamed yourself in front of a lot of people.
I don't care.
You have a 15-year-old, a 14-year-old, a 10-year-old who can all understand everything that's going around them. I feel very sorry for them, and I guarantee you that if you live alone with your children now, I'm putting in a call to social services to go and monitor your home if these children are in fact living with you. Are they living with her? Are the children living with her?
Yeah.
Well, somebody's going to monitor it. You're not there, is that right?
Most of the time, no.
Listen, Miss Nuno, there is no question in my mind that having spent 10 minutes with your daughter, you had no reasonable expectation that that $2,000 was going to get repaid to you. Maybe the bail money, because you say that you had confidence in your son-in-law, and he says that he agreed to pay you back and he just hasn't gotten around to it yet. Mr. Torres, you have to find something to do with your time other than make children, sir. You have enough children. You have 5 children. And based upon what I've heard, you're not doing too well. And neither are your children. So you have to find some other way of occupying your spare time, like getting a second job, so you can support everybody, so they can all live together and not scam the government anymore. Do you?
That's case number 277 on the calendar in the matter of Rodriguez versus Johnson. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Ladies, have a seat.
Mr. Rodriguez, Ms. Johnson was your girlfriend for a period of time, and it is your claim that on 2 occasions she caused an accident which damaged your truck, and you want her to pay to have your truck repaired.
Yes.
Ms. Johnson acknowledges that there were 2 accidents in the truck while she was driving. Her answer seems to indicate that you told her at the time it was no big deal and you would take care of fixing them. She has a counterclaim, and her counterclaim is that you have bad temper, that you damaged the apartment by putting holes in the wall with your fist, and that at one point you assaulted her. That's her counterclaim. Is that right?
Yes.
Who is this lady?
That's my daughter's mother.
Can you tell me why she's here?
She was a witness to a phone call that I spoke with Elizabeth about my payments to my truck for the damages. And she heard the conversation with her.
And how old is your daughter?
My daughter's 2.
Is that your only child?
I have 2 other children, too.
You thought about that for a second. How old are your other 2 children?
I got one that's 10 and one that's 8.
And who do they live with?
They live with their mother.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Rodriguez?
I'm a union carpenter.
How much do you earn a year?
Roughly about $40,000.
And your 8 and 10-year-old, they live with their mother?
Yes.
And what does their mother do for a living?
She's just a stay-at-home mom.
You must be very wealthy.
No.
Well, who supports your 8 and 10-year-old children?
I do.
How much do you send them?
I send the mother probably about $500-600 a month.
You send her about $500 or $600?
It all depends on how much money she needs throughout the month.
You have a court order, sir?
No.
Even if I believed, sir, that you sent her $500 a month, she's not supporting herself and 2 children on $500 a month. How does she support herself?
Her boyfriend.
She lives with a boyfriend?
Yes.
And he supports her?
Yes.
What does he do for a living?
I'm not even sure.
Don't you see your children?
Yes.
And you have no idea. Well, how often do you see your children?
I see them probably about 3 times a month.
Somehow, Mr. Rodriguez, I'm not getting the sense that I'm getting truthful answers from you, sir. But I'm going to find out. Now, this young lady who's here has a 2-year-old child.
Yes.
You under court order to pay her support?
Yes.
How much?
I pay her $83 a week, a total of $103 a week for arrears, $20 towards arrears of child support.
So there was a time when you weren't paying child support?
Yes, before I got into the union.
And how much do you owe her?
Right now, the remaining balance on it is $600 and some change.
And how does she support herself?
She has a full-time job.
Who takes care of the baby?
Daycare.
Who pays for the daycare?
Her and I both share daycare.
How much do you pay towards the daycare?
$43 a week.
So far, is all that correct?
Yes.
$1,221 a month you pay out.
Yes.
You're going to get there.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you live with?
I live with my mom.
You pay rent?
Yes.
How much?
$300 a month.
You have a car?
Yes.
Pay insurance?
Yes.
How much?
That's $2,300 every 6 months.
$22,000, like $23,000. We're up to $23,000, right?
Yes.
You see where I'm going, sir? You eat?
Yes.
You have credit cards?
No.
Pay for everything in cash?
Yes.
You have a truck payment?
Yes.
What's your truck payment?
$387 a month.
$400 a month?
Yes.
So now we're up to about $30,000 a year.
I also work a second job, full-time.
Oh, the courts know about that?
Yes.
Betcha. They don't. How much do you earn but they will now. How much do you earn at the second job?
To be honest with you, I'm not quite sure. I'm up to $7 an hour on that job. Sometimes I work 30 hours a week, 40 hours a week.
The reason I'm asking you all of these questions, Mr. Rodriguez, is I was really interested in Miss Johnson's answer. While she acknowledged that she was in these minor accidents with your car, there was a little damage, she says that her mother, I assume this is her mother,
Yes.
was nice enough to loan you $6,000 to pay back child support.
Your Honor, that wasn't all for child support.
What was it for?
Well, it was $1,900 of it went to child support.
So $2,000, according to you, went for
Yes.
child support. And the
Yes.
other $4,000?
The other $4,000, I paid some bills that I had that were past due. And then it was like $2,000 of it that me and Elizabeth went out and spent.
You borrowed $6,000 from her and you signed a note?
Yes.
Have you paid it back?
I have.
Is not an answer.
No.
When did you borrow the money?
May 6th.
I believe it was like July 24th.
May 6th.
Or May 6th. May have been May 6th.
May, July, they sound alike. Why haven't you paid it back?
Elizabeth got a restraining order against me, and the judge told me not to make any contact with them whatsoever.
Are you mad? I mean, is that the reason you're giving me? You have to understand, Mr. Rodriguez. I can tell phonies from at least 10 feet away. The fact that she's got a restraining order against you doesn't mean you can't send a Federal Express to our mother with a payment.
I asked the judge that. He said no contact whatsoever if she wanted her
Are
money
you
from
kidding me? You mean that but for that, the money would have been in her hands already?
Yes. I went to court today at a restraining order, and I had to check for her.
Good. Perfect. Do you have it with you?
No, not today.
What do you know? I would have taken it for her. You got a spare check in your wallet?
No.
Take a look.
I didn't bring any checkbooks or nothing today.
See why I don't trust you, Mr. Rodriguez? Because you tell such good stories. You may tell them over and over again. And you actually believe that you can come here and tell me a story.
Your Honor, it's not a story.
Which irritates me.
It's not a story.
Which irritates me. Well, Mr. Rodriguez, you knew you were coming to a neutral setting today. You knew that you owed this lady the money. Nothing would have prevented you from saying, Judge, while I'm here, because I'm asking you as a court of equity to take care of this problem that I have, I want to take care of my debts, and I owe her $6,000. So I would really like to be able to give you the check for her, because I have the money. I'd like to give you the check so that you can give it to her and I won't be violating any restraining order. You got it.
Yes.
Now, Ms. Johnson, I want you to tell me about the first accident you had with Mr. Rodriguez's car.
I was picking him up from work. It was a little wet out, and the tractor trailer was coming into my lane. So I hit the brakes and I hit the guardrail instead of him hitting me. So that's what happened.
And how much damage was done to the car?
I have pictures.
I'd like to see it. And what was the date of that incident?
I'm not exactly sure. It's sometime in June. This is the side of the damage.
And I'd like
this
you
is
to
the
keep
other
your
side.
voice up because, you know, my hearing isn't what it used to be when I was 12. Oh, well, you did a damage to the light and to the bumper. What year truck is this, Mr. Rodriguez?
A 98.
Did you cover this on your insurance?
No.
Why not?
I didn't call it into the insurance company because I feel as though why should my insurance go for an accident she had in my truck?
Okay. Did she say she would fix it?
Yes, she did.
How much is the estimate that you got to fix it?
$23,1509.
And tell me about the second accident,
The
Ms.
second
Johnson.
accident, we were driving to a second job, and he was arguing with me, and I was stopped at a red light, and the light turned green, and he was still arguing with me, and I looked over at him, and I thought the cars were going, so I started to go, and then I tapped somebody in the back because he had stopped.
You have a picture of the damage?
I don't have a picture
Your
of
Honor,
that.
I have
There was a
pictures.
little dent in the middle of the...
I'd like to see it.
There are pictures of the car that she hit and my truck also.
Well, that's the same bumper that's going to have to be repaired. When they take the bumper off and they fix it from the first accident, they're going to fix the second one.
Well, the first one where she hit, it was only the side fender and the light and
No,
a couple
no,
of
no, no,
scratches
no,
on
no,
the
it
side of
wasn't.
the bumper.
No, it wasn't. It was down here. And here.
Yes.
And this one is right in the middle, right here. Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, then they take it off. They'll fix them both. Now, that's your case. What makes you think he forgave this debt?
He told me when he was trying to get back with me after I broke up with him, he said, don't worry about it, I'll pay for it. That's what he said.
No.
Your Honor, that's not true.
Now, is that your complaint against
Also,
us?
I have an estimate from the car rental because I'm going to need to rent a car for a week.
Take the bus. Maybe she'll loan you her car. Now, you want to tell me about your counterclaim?
He damaged my holes in the wall. I mean, the holes in the wall.
You have pictures of that?
Yes. The bruise on
When
my
did
arm.
that happen?
The 22nd of July.
Tell me what happened.
I asked some girl called his phone, and he said, how did you get my number? And he hung up on her, so I called her back. She told me that they had conversations, and he kept saying, no, I didn't talk to her, I didn't talk to her. And he swore up and down all three of his kids that he didn't talk to her.
I didn't follow this from the beginning. You have to go through this slowly for me. Sorry. You know, I'm not really up on this intrigue. You found somebody's number on his phone?
She had called his cell phone. He picked up the phone and he said, how did you get my number? And then he hung up on her. He got out of the truck to unload a car because we were at his job, and so I called her back. And we were talking.
What'd you do that for?
Just to ask her a question. Yeah. I mean, I didn't have any arguments with the girl on the phone, nothing. So I called her back, and she told me that they had conversations, and then we hung up. When he got back in the truck, I asked him if he had talked to her, and he said, no, I didn't talk to her, and he swore up and down on all his kids that he didn't talk to her. You know, for about 3 hours, he kept saying, no, I didn't talk to her. So he told me, go ahead, check on the Sprint bill. So I went and checked on the Sprint bill. 33 minutes of conversation with the girl's number, and he didn't call her.
Your Honor, that's not true.
Yes, it is.
I never denied talking to her.
Yes, you did.
So you had a fight?
It was about 4 o'clock in the morning, and, you know, we were fighting, and he said, I'm tired. I said, well, I'm tired, too. If you didn't lie to me, we wouldn't be going through this. He got so pissed off of me, he picked up the candle off my TV with the glass dish, threw it at me, and hit the wall.
That's not true, Your Honor.
Yes, it is.
How did the holes get in the wall, sir?
I seriously don't know. I did repairs on the mother's house for the bedroom, the bathroom, and the outside siding. Why would I damage a house that I just fixed?
In the wall.
Just asked you how the holes got in the wall.
I have no clue.
Okay. Did you have the walls fixed?
Yeah, I have an estimate for that, to get them fixed.
Was this in your apartment?
This is in my mother's house, in my bedroom.
Was he staying with you?
Yes. For the 4 months that we were going out, he lived at my house.
Why?
Because she
I felt bad for him.
asked me to move in with her.
I did not.
After the first time that we went out, she asked me to move in with her.
Mr. Rodriguez, we've only just met, you and I.
Yes.
I can tell you're instantaneously attracted to me. If I said to you, I want you to move in with me, would you do that?
No, I wouldn't.
No. That would be very smart, Mr. Rodriguez.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You had marks on your face, and so did he, because you hit him and he hit you. Is
I
that
slapped
right?
him in the face after he threw me on the couch and onto the floor.
It says that you hit him twice.
No, I hit him.
It was more
I
than
hit
twice,
him.
Your Honor.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Timothy Rodriguez claims ex-girlfriend Elizabeth Johnson owes for 2 accidents with his truck.
I mean, it's so stupid what you said. I mean, do you think you're a stupid man?
No.
You just met her and she asked you to move in with us, so you moved in with her?
Yes.
You have a bridge?
For sale?
Yeah.
I can find one.
You can find one. Okay. According to what I read in your answer, there was something in your answer, Miss Johnson, that suggested to me that you were aware of the fact that Mr. Rodriguez had a bad temper. Is that right, madam?
Yes.
You did. And how did you know that Mr. Rodriguez had a bad temper?
With her. He told me stories. They've been in and out of court for 5 years. She tried to get a restraining order.
Some of it for domestic violence? Is that right?
Yes.
And despite all that, you invited Mr. Wonderful into your house.
Yes.
And your mother, who I don't even want to talk to, was dumb enough to give him money.
Yes.
You must live off a substantial inheritance.
No.
Where did you get the money from that you loaned to him?
I borrowed it off my credit card for him, so he would not go to jail for back child support, which was about $4,000.
Who did you owe back child support to? This lady or the mother of the other 2 children?
This lady.
Stand up. Over there. Did you pursue that matter in court of the back child support? Did you pursue it or did the state pursue it?
I didn't pursue it. They had already, when I had our daughter, I had to call and enter a child support order. We had
Why?
Because we weren't together at the time.
Who was supporting you?
I was living home with my parents, and I had a job.
You never received any government assistance?
No.
So somebody had to report him for not paying child support. That would have had to have been you.
Oh, okay, yes.
That's all. Sit down. Now I got it. Now you say that during this altercation with the candlesticks, he also assaulted you.
Not that time.
When did he assault you?
I had kicked him out on July 25th. We had a week of nasty phone calls because I wanted my stepfather's tools back that he wouldn't return. And then 2 weeks after that, I was at a funeral, and he called me, he texted me, he said, "I'm sorry about your grandfather," and then I talked to him again. 2 weeks he was begging me to come back to him, "Please take me back, I'm sorry," and that's when.
Well, so then you said okay.
I said okay, and about 2 days later, I spent the night at his friend's house with him, and the next day is when I had to get a restraining order against him.
Well, tell me what happened at the friend's house. Well, you didn't learn your lesson yet, Miss Johnson.
Well, we got into an argument, and I wanted to go home, so he...
About what?
About anything and everything.
Your Honor, about one of my roommates that was walking around in a sports bra. That's
One
been
of your...
A roommate
Yeah.
on where I'm staying at now. She was walking around with a sports bra, doing her dishes, and her boyfriend was there with her, and she freaked out on me about her doing that. And I said to her, there was nothing I could do about her walking around with a sports bra on. It's her house, too. I can't say nothing to her.
No.
And this was all the day before I was supposed to go and have surgery that following Monday.
Surgery on?
I had some medical problems.
So we had an argument. Yeah, she was walking in a sports bra.
I don't care if she was walking in a sports bar or if she was walking around with a G-string. It makes no difference to me. I want you to tell me how it came about that you say he put his hands on you.
I'm getting there. So I asked him to take me home. So he took me home, and then on the way home, he, was buttering me up. So I agreed to go back to his friend's house with him. And about 3 hours later, we got into another argument because he was getting jealous because one of my friends was texting me. So then, I said, I want to go home. I want to go home. And he put his hands on me, and he grabbed me and said, no, stay. And I said, no, I want to go home. And I had my bag, I had everything in my hand. He just kept grabbing me, broke my cell phone. He threw it down the stairs. He swung his hands after he threw my cell phone down the stairs and hit me in the eye right here. He threw me onto the couch, onto the floor.
You have a police report?
I do, Your
I have
Honor.
the restraining order. The restraining order. The temporary restraining order.
I don't want to see the restraining
You want the
order. I want
restraining
to see
orders,
police
too? I got
report.
copies of them, too.
Of what?
I got copies of the restraining orders, too, if you want to see them.
Then I'll ask for it. So you had marks on your face, and so did he, because you hit him and he hit you. Is
I
that
slapped
right?
him in the face after he threw me on the couch and onto the floor.
It says that you hit him twice.
No, I hit him.
It was more than
I hit
twice,
him.
Your Honor.
Yeah, but according to the police report, you hit him twice.
After he threw my phone down the steps, I hit him on his back, and then he continued to grab me.
I assume you're not going to have anything to do with him anymore, is that right? I'm dismissing your counterclaim. Deal with it. You better smarten up, Miss Johnson. You don't look like a stupid girl, but you've done a lot of stupid things. Now, as far as your complaint is concerned, Mr. Rodriguez, I believe that she owes you for the damage that she acknowledges that she did to the truck. Your estimate was for 23.
I have an agreement, too.
It was for 23-15-09.
2315.
Yes, 09.
We are holding that judgment in abeyance, which means that you will not be getting paid on that judgment. You will get paid on that judgment when this court receives a canceled check, canceled by her, for the amount you owe her. Do you understand?
The full amount?
Do you understand?
$5,300.
Your Honor?
$5,300.
$5,300. When this court receives, sir, proof by way of a canceled check that you have paid the $5,300 remaining on your debt.
Even though we had an agreement signed?
$5,300, sir. When we receive proof that you have paid her, money that you acknowledge that you owe her, is that right?
Yes.
You'll get your check. Do you understand?
Yes.
Goodbye and good luck.
All you are excused. You may step. Now, this is case number 97 on the calendar in the matter of Cook versus Jones. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated. Sir, have a seat, please.
What clothes are those, Miss Cook?
This is wedding dress and two bridesmaids dresses that are, related to the case.
Not related to the case that I read. According to your complaint, you and the defendant, who had an on-again, off-again relationship, leased a house together. The relationship terminated. You feel as if he should be responsible for half the rent on the house.
Yes.
That's what your case is about.
Yes, I just brought these because...
Don't need them.
Okay.
Put them over there. They're distracting to me. Okay. Mr. Jones has a counterclaim, and he says that you have a whole bunch of furniture and property that belongs to him. You locked him out of the house, and he couldn't retrieve the rest of his belongings, even though he didn't live there full time. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You have a copy of the lease agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Could I see it, please? When did you move in?
We moved in November 29th, 2000.
And the lease is a one-year lease?
Yes, ma'am.
When did you move out, sir?
Actually, I was put out in January. We got into an argument. I got put out in January, then I came back because I thought it was going to work. And March of 2001, I came home to find my stuff outside and the door and the
That's
locks
not
was
true,
changed.
Your Honor.
Just a minute. So you're telling me she evicted you?
Yes.
That's not true.
Okay, go ahead.
That's
So I'll
not
hear-
true.
So now I'll hear you.
We moved into the home. We had gotten engaged previous to that in September. We moved in November. Mr. Jones left a week after that, stating that he wasn't sure that this is what he wanted to do. He needed to get himself together. So he left and went to stay at his parents' home. We talked off and on. He stated he wanted the relationship. He wanted us to get married. He came back in January.
Okay.
He left in March.
Well, that's what he says, but under what circumstances did he leave?
He didn't feel right. He didn't feel right. He felt that the relationship wasn't going well, that his world was crashing down around him. He needed to get himself right. And if he wasn't right, he couldn't be right for me. So that's when he left in March. He was gone approximately a week. He told me he was moving back in, and I just happened to see him in a pawn shop when I went to pay some bills with his truck full of some of his belongings. I went in there and asked him what was he doing. I thought you were coming home. He said, oh, I changed my mind. I need to be gone a little longer. When I got to the house, I noticed he had moved a lot of his things out, and I changed the locks to make sure that he didn't take anything that didn't belong to him, and I told him if he wanted to take anything else, he could do it while I was there, but when my children were not there.
Does that sound right to you?
No, ma'am. When she seen me at the pawn shop, I was there with my friend James. He was purchasing some jewelry for his wife. She seen me? Yes, she did see me.
Did she see you with any of the property that you had in the house?
No, the property's still in her house.
No, some of the property.
No.
Any of the property?
Sir,
No.
I mean, ma'am, that's not right. His
No.
truck was parked
But you
across
hadn't
the
been
street.
home.
No, I haven't been home.
You hadn't been home. For how long?
I had went to work.
Did you sleep there the night before?
Yes, I did.
You did?
No, he didn't.
Yes, I did.
He was gone a week, ma'am.
I believe he was gone a week.
He was gone a week, and he stated that he was going to come home.
That sounds right to me.
Called him on a Friday.
Your Honor, that's not true.
Didn't catch him the whole weekend.
Why do you
Happened
think
to
she
catch
threw
him
you
on
out,
Monday.
sir?
Excuse me?
Why do you think she threw you out?
Well, we
I
having
believe
problems.
you.
We having problems, like we said, and I came home. The doors was locked. She told me when I called her on my cell phone. She stated because after when I came home, all the stuff was out. A lot of my stuff was sitting outside. My friend James Rivers,
none of
I
your
was
stuff
out.
was ever. I'm sorry.
Was out. Okay, and when I got my stuff, I went to get my stuff. The doors was. When I went to try to get in the house, the doors was locked.
Is what you're telling me, sir, that from the time you moved in, other than this one brief time when you left back in maybe January, that you lived with her continuously?
I left because we was having problems.
So you left?
Yes.
Well, that's what I want to know. When did you leave?
When did I leave? I left in January for approximately, I think it was 2 weeks, ma'am.
Were you there constantly in the month of February?
Yes.
Slept there every day?
Yes.
What about the previous December? Were you there every day?
No.
Why not?
Because we was still going through problems. I was trying to make sure everything was right within me and within this relationship because I've been through a bad relationship once before, and I do not want to go through. I didn't want to go through another bad relationship.
You know you are obligated under this lease.
I was trying to help her. She was in a financial bind. We was together. I had my own separate apartment. I helped her out. This is not only this a lease, but this is her house. This is her and her ex-husband's house.
Do you own this house?
I own 1/4% of the home, and when it was presented to me, if we wanted to lease it and do a lease option, I didn't think it was a good idea, but Mr. Jones did.
Just a minute. What do you mean you own 1/4 of the home?
Well, it's a home that is actually owned by my ex-husband's parents.
Yes.
And during the time we were married, I owned 1/4% of it. When I vacated the marriage, my ex-husband took over the house.
Are you still on the deed as a quarter owner of the house?
I haven't seen the deed, ma'am. And I mean, recently, as far as I know, yes.
I'm not.
As far as I know, yes.
Miss Cook.
No, seriously, as far as I know, yes.
You were divorced. In the divorce decree, it says who owns what. Who owns what piece of property. So, as far as you know, you own
25%.
25% of this property. So if the property is sold, you get 25% of its value.
Yes.
So who do you pay the rent to?
Pay the rent to Mr. He is our landlord.
Well, he only owns a quarter of the property, according to you.
Yes. His parents actually did the loan, but when we were married, we paid for the house. Once the marriage was dissolved, Mr.
Why
Brian
are you
Cook-
paying him any money if each of you own the same percentage of the house?
Because we decided, Mr. Jones and I decided that we were going to take over the home and buy Mr. and his parents out of the home.
Well, you don't buy him out of the home if you're renters.
Well, we were going to buy the home at the end of the lease.
Why are you paying him any money if each of you own the same percentage of the house?
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Leslie Cook says ex-fiancé Moore Jones owes for breaking an apartment lease. Moore is countersuing for the return of his property.
Are you still staying in the house?
Yes, ma'am.
With your 3 children?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you plan to stay in the house with your 3 children?
No, because of this arrangement, because Mr. Jones left, he is putting the home on the market, and we have to find another place to stay.
Okay.
Because I can't afford it. I cannot afford it.
All right. Well, you should tell your ex-husband that you can't afford to pay $950 for your quarter of the house. You should be able to cut that in half. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? If you own the same percentage of the house as your landlord, I don't understand why you would pay your ex-husband rent unless he was kicking back half the rent to you, because you each own the exact same thing.
Because the money that we put into the home was going to be set aside for a down payment.
Oh.
Down payment so we
Down
could buy
payment, so
we
he
could
was
buy
going
the
to
home.
take this $950 a month and put it aside so that the 2 of you could buy the house.
Yeah, not all $900. The portion that was over the mortgage, yes.
And how much is the mortgage?
The mortgage is $666.
I suggest you find another place to live. Look, this is not a clean lease agreement. Since you each own the same percentage of property, I don't see why he should be responsible for paying off a mortgage on a house that he's not going to be living in. Now, what about his property that's there? What do you have of his property that's
I
there,
have
Ms.
pictures
Cook?
here.
Just tell me what you have.
His bedroom set, his couch and love seat, and coffee table with 2 end tables, and a entertainment center.
Is that what she has of yours?
In the garage, I have my kids' bikes, my kids' prices, pictures of me when I was a baby, and my kids' pictures when they were babies. And I have a few other things that's in the garage that I want out of the garage.
Okay, are those things in the garage? Probably.
Yes, I haven't touched anything.
We have to set up a date and time when he can come and get his stuff. What's a good time for you?
Anytime. I'm open.
What's a good time for you?
Anytime after 5 o'clock. Oh, anytime after 5:30.
Do you want him to come with somebody to get his stuff? Would it be easier for you, or do you want somebody with you in the house?
Yes, I would like somebody there because I don't trust him because he threatened me this past weekend, so I don't want him
That
coming
is
over there
far
by
from
himself.
the truth.
Who do you want there?
I would prefer a police officer.
Well, can you get a police officer to accompany you?
I can call. I'm sure I could.
Okay. The court will prepare an order indicating that 5 days from today's date, between 5:30 and 7:30, you come and pick up your stuff. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I don't think that it went fairly because this is something that we both did together, and now I'm stuck and I can't afford to keep the place. Now I have to look for somewhere else to live.
Learn how to talk and communicate, and at best, try to leave on good terms.
And now the next case.
All parties on Calderon versus Moore. Steps forward, please.
23-year-old child care provider Erica Calderon is suing her former friend, 33-year-old salesperson Cammie Moore, for babysitting fees and the unpaid balance on a car.
Ms. Calderon, your complaint alleges 2 things. First, that the defendant, for whom you did some babysitting, owes you some money for the babysitting. Your second cause of action is about a car that you sold to her. She made partial payment on the car and did not make the rest of the payment on the car.
Correct.
Those 2 things.
Correct.
I gather that your arrangement was that you would accept as payment, when you started to babysit for her, whatever money she was getting from the state for child care.
Correct.
When did you start babysitting for her?
I first started babysitting for her in December.
How much were you paid a month by the state to babysit for her?
The first month I was paid like $272.
How many children were you caring for?
Just 1.
And in the month of January, how much were you paid?
I was paid $300.
300 even?
372 also.
And in February, how much were you paid?
Nothing.
Did you babysit for her in February?
Yeah, I babysat for her 2 weeks. And I was just doing it more of a favor for her.
So you babysat for her for 2 weeks as a favor?
Right. I did that because she had told me that she didn't want to leave her daughter with her mom because her mom was not fit to babysit her. And she didn't have anybody else to do it.
Was she working?
Yes, she was.
So what do you claim she owes you for babysitting?
I claimed that she owed me a total of $500.
Well, I know that that's what you claim. How do you get to that figure?
She had agreed to pay me whatever the state didn't pay me out of her pocket, but she was going to pay me $250 an hour instead of $213 an hour. But I also babysat for her while she went on a trip, and she had told me that she was going to pay me $160 for that, which she did not pay me for that either.
How many hours a day did you watch the baby?
I was babysitting her up to 18 hours a day.
Did you keep a log?
I kept a log, but I didn't bring it with me. But I have the proof saying that I babysat her that many hours that month that she also signed.
Oh, I'd like to see it. This is what was submitted to the state.
Correct.
Did you have an agreement with her to pay anything over
Nothing.
what the state provided?
Nope. I was under the understanding that the state would pay for any hours, hour to hour, dollar to dollar. I did not realize that there was a cap to it because I had used the state before and I have worked that many hours and my mom did take care of my child and I did choose Erica over my mother, which now I realize I should not have, but it was always paid. There was never any out-of-pocket expenses. But what Erica refuses to say is I did pay $25 deductible each month.
She paid me $25 a month one time, which was in December.
No, that is
But
not
then also she kept borrowing money from us, also to do laundry, for gas for her car,
And it was paid
for
back.
milk, everything.
You didn't do any babysitting for her after February.
Mm-hmm.
But then you sold her a car.
Correct.
And you sold her a car, according to you, for $600.
Correct.
And she had money to give you as a deposit of $200.
Right.
Did you at that time say to her, look, you still owe me money from the babysitting, so I'd like to treat some of this as babysitting money?
No. And the reason why I didn't do that was because she had told me when she got her income tax that she was going to pay us for the child care that she had owed us and also for the car when she got her income tax.
What kind of car did you sell her?
An 81 Toyota Tercel wagon.
For which she gave you a down payment of $200.
Correct.
Owing you $400.
Correct.
But then you took the car back.
We took it back because...
A month later.
Right.
So she had the car for 1 month.
Right.
And you took it back because she didn't pay you the other $400.
Right.
Did you give her back the $200?
No, I did not, because I had a
Or the
contract with her.
repairs.
Just a second.
I had a written contract that she was supposed to pay me the money, which she did not, when she got her income tax, which she did not.
So you got your
broke
car
the
back?
contract. Right. She broke the contract.
No, I did not.
Shh, just a second. I'll let you speak in a minute.
I'm sorry.
But you got your car back.
Right.
And you got your car back, and you kept her $200.
Right.
Which, as far as I'm concerned, covers your babysitting, any extras that you might have done for her. So I assume that the reason that you initiated this lawsuit was not for the babysitting money. The reason you instituted this lawsuit was because of the car.
Well, initially...
Because you would have initiated the lawsuit back in March if she owed you money.
Well, I kept giving her chances because, we were friends. I wasn't doing it. Kept giving her chances. She wasn't working. She was working on and off. It was just...
Friends don't sue friends.
And
Well, sometimes they do if they owe money. Were you supposed to give, I'm just curious, your arrangement was you were supposed to give her money, the other $400 for the car when you got your income tax. Is that right?
Before we even entered into the arrangement, she was sitting in her van and I said, listen, I want to help you because I know that I have, you've helped me in the past. I do not really technically want the car because it's neither here nor
Give me
there.
a break.
The
Will you
fact,
please, you don't buy a used car because you don't technically need it if you don't have money.
No, I didn't technically want it, but I wanted to help them as much as, they say they helped me. But they know that there was problems with my tax return last year because of my daughter's name being hyphenated. I even reminded her of that. I said, listen, they've received it, they processed it. That doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be here in 2 weeks. Do you understand that? Oh, yeah, I understand that. For 4 weeks after that, her or her husband was continuously asking me if I had got my tax return.
All right, so how much did you get back?
I only got $281. There was no way it would cover it. He came to get the car. She never came to get the car. He came in Or he came to my door, knocked on the door, stepped away from the door, and started throwing my stuff out of the car up against the wall. Not only my stuff, but my mother's stuff that she just purchased too, with several things that were broken. I never once instigated any kind of an argument with him. I did not come out of the house. I called the police. I asked him not to do that, knowing that they have just as thin walls as I do in my apartment. They knew the problems that I was having with my daughter and that I needed that vehicle in order to suffice the things I had to do with her.
All right, so you didn't take the car because you were doing them a favor. You took the car because you needed it.
No, I could have bought a different car, but
Ms.
I didn't.
Moore, don't think I'm foolish. People do not buy used cars because they want to do somebody a favor, especially somebody that has no money.
I guess I'm stupid and I do that.
No, you're not stupid. You're just trying to be sympathetic. But you took the car back. Was there any problem with the car when you took it back?
No, there was not.
So you have your car back. You can sell it again for $600.
Plus, it has a brand new starter on it that went out 3 days after I got it.
Did you put in a new starter?
Yes, I did, and I never once asked them for it.
Just a second. How much was the new starter?
$110.
Okay, was there a new starter put in the car?
Yes, there was, but when she had told us about it, she told us that it had only cost her $60.
Whether it cost her $60 or $110, she put some money in the car, right? That you would have had to put in the car. Do you still have the car?
Yes, I do.
Okay, do you still drive the car?
We've using it. Yes, we have.
So you're using it. So you have a car with a starter, you got a $260 profit, right?
Yeah.
Forget it. Case is dismissed.
Parties case number 352 on the calendar in the matter of Chavarria versus Calic. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
Mr. Chavarria, the defendant is your former girlfriend, according to your complaint, after an argument at your sister's house. Is this your sister?
That is correct.
Ms. Calic assaulted you, and later she burned some clothes that you had been laundering at her house. Ms. Calic says she didn't burn your clothes, she doesn't know what you're talking about, but that you assaulted her during this altercation, and she is counterclaiming. Now, when did this altercation take place at your sister's house?
On October 7, 2005.
Tell me about it.
I was in the process of moving my clothing from my friend's house to my mom's house. So I asked Erica if I can do my laundry at her mom's house, and she said yeah.
Why didn't you do the laundry at your mother's house?
Because she doesn't have a washer and dryer.
Do you have a key to that house?
No.
How did you get in?
Her brother was there.
Who was this?
That's her brother.
Did you let him into the house?
No, he wasn't there. Like, I don't remember him letting him in.
Don't speak. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, and I did my laundry, and there's some things that I dry, and then there's other things that I hang up. So I hung up all my clothing in her closet.
You hung up wet clothes in her closet?
I hung up my jeans, some of my work shirts, a couple sweaters, and that's about it.
Go ahead.
So I went and picked her up at about 12:30.
Where did you pick her up from?
From school.
Where do you go to school?
At Spokane Community College.
What are you studying?
I'm going for administrative systems.
What time did he pick you up at school?
12:30.
And where did you go?
We went back to my house.
When you got back to your house, was his laundry dry or wet?
When he left him from his friend's house, they were still in his trunk. He never did laundry at my house. He was going to, but we ended up going to go look for apartments to live in.
How do you know they were in his trunk?
Because he had brought them from his friend Mike's house.
What I'm asking you, Ms. Calic, is how do you know his clothes were in his trunk?
Okay, I don't know. I'm assuming that they were.
Fine. What did you go to your house for?
Because we went and got a paper, and we sat there at my house and circled apartments and called and made appointments to go look at the apartments.
Where was your brother?
He was in his room.
Did you see him there?
Yes.
Did you go into his room?
Yes.
He didn't come out to you. You went into his room.
Well, not at this time. He was...
I'm just asking you a question.
No, I went into his room.
That's what I asked you. Next.
When we were looking for apartments, we went to one place, and we didn't really like it, so we decided to go to my sister's house, Clarissa. Me and Clarissa's ex-boyfriend went to the store, and when I came back, my friend Mike said Erica's in the room talking to her ex-boyfriend. So I went to listen on the phone to see if it was true, and she was on the phone talking.
Just a second. What do you mean you went to listen in on the phone?
I went into my sister's room to
And you picked up the extension?
Yeah.
That's pretty gross.
Okay. Then I went into the room and asked Erica why she was calling her ex-boyfriend, and then she said, "Why do you care?" And I was like, "Because I'm your boyfriend." I was like, "Would you want me to be calling my ex-girlfriend at one of your brother or sister's house and then be trying to hide it from my sisters like you're doing, like you're going to go cheat on me or something?" Then she got up and she's like, "Oh, you're always so jealous," and she started cussing me out and screaming at me. Then I took the phone from her And then that's
How
when
did you get the phone from her?
Because I told her to leave.
Well, so far, all I'm hearing is, and I said to her, how would you think you would feel if it were me talking to an ex-girlfriend at your brother's house? And I took the phone from her. Tell me how you took the phone from her, sir. The phone is in her hand, yes.
And then I grabbed the phone from her.
Okay, well, now we get to the grab part. You grabbed the phone from her hand. And what happened when you grabbed the phone from her hand?
I told her to leave my sister's house.
You grabbed the phone from her hand. Did she pull back?
No.
She just gave you the phone?
She didn't give it to me. She tried to keep it in her hand.
Well, that's what I'm asking you. Pay careful attention. Life has a certain rhythm to it. There are certain natural things that happen. Yeah. And when you get to be my age, things become more natural. You know, if it doesn't make sense, it usually doesn't happen. So that she's talking to the ex-boyfriend on the phone. You go to grab the phone out of her hand. She pulls back. You pull back. So now you're in a struggle for the phone, right?
Correct.
And then what happened, sir?
So I had the phone in my hand.
How did you do that?
I took the phone from her hand.
You overpowered her.
That is correct.
And?
And then that's when she hit me in my temple and once in my nose. And then I pushed her. And during the whole thing, that's when my sister walked in and was trying to pull us away from each other. And so I was walking outside, and that's when Erica pulled me back in and was hitting me all over in my neck, in my chest, and my back. And then I hit her in the eye because it was for self-defense. I didn't know what else to do. I couldn't get away from her.
So the police came, and what happened when the police came?
Okay, before the police came, I was outside smoking a cigarette, and then Mercedes, Erica's daughter, came outside and asked me if I can give them a ride home. I said, yeah, and that's when Erica came barging outside and slammed the door open, and this door hit Mercedes in the face and gave her a bloody nose. And I was like, Erica, what are you doing? And then she said, look at my eye. And then I was like, look at my face, Erica, look at what you did. If you didn't hit me first, I wouldn't have to defend myself.
What injuries did you have on your face?
I had cuts and bruises above my eye, under my eye. I had a couple lumps on my head. And
when the police came, did they arrest you?
No.
Did they arrest her?
No, because she wasn't there. She left before the police came.
Did you file my part of the story? Because this.
I'm going to get to you.
Okay. Well, no.
I'm going to get to you.
Okay.
Does anybody have a copy of the police report?
No.
No.
According to the plaintiff, you had a prior incident involving domestic violence with him. Is that true?
Correct.
When was that?
June 2nd, 2005.
Were you taken into custody on that day?
Yes, I was.
How did you assault him?
I slapped him.
So that you're not a stranger to slapping him.
Oh, no. I've done it before.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Just because you're the woman doesn't give you the right to put your hands on another person. And if you put your hands on another person, you hurt them a little bit, and they hurt you a lot, that comes under the category of too bad.
And later today.
If you don't pay child support for your child, you're a bum.
Yeah, basically.
Perfect.
It would have been his second time going to jail for not paying his child support.
That's a bum times two.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. 19-year-old Gabriel Chavarria says ex-girlfriend Erica Kallick owes for burning his clothes and punching him. Erica is countersuing, claiming Gabriel gave her a black eye.
What happened when he pulled the phone away from you?
He didn't even pull the phone away from me.
So tell me what happened when he came into the bedroom, which you acknowledged that he did.
Yes.
Came into the bedroom and you got into a heated argument about you're allegedly speaking to a former boyfriend.
I wasn't speaking to anybody. It was his friend Mike that was talking to my ex-boyfriend because they're friends, and they were going to go out to a party or something.
So you never got on the phone to say hello?
No, never.
So when he came inside and said, what's going on? Let me hear.
He stood up, and, well, I stood up because I was sitting on the floor. And
what were you doing sitting on the floor?
We were all sitting on the floor.
Who's all?
Me, his friend Mike, and his other sister.
You mean the two of you weren't alone in the room at the time?
Oh, no.
Go ahead.
And I stood up because he got on the other line and he heard my ex-boyfriend talking, but I wasn't speaking to him. So he came in and said that I was trying to call him, and it's just common sense that why I wouldn't call my ex-boyfriend at his sister's house. So I stood up and he was calling me all these names and pushed me, so I pushed him back and he hit me in the room. It wasn't in the living room or where he said it was. It was in the room, and I fell back on the bed and got up and then pushed him again, and we just kind of got in a fight, but I didn't punch him or slap him or anything. And then he had a scratch right here, and that was the only thing that he had. I have pictures.
Just a second. He had a scratch from what?
Well, I'm guessing I scratched him. I don't remember.
Well, you must have scratched him because according to you, all I heard was I pushed him.
No, and then we got into a fight. But I didn't punch him or anything, like he said.
You scratched him?
Yeah.
What do you mean, yeah?
I guess.
Let me ask you this question, madam. If you scratched him and he just had a little scratch over here, you think that he overreacted by punching you in the eye?
Yes, I do.
That's too bad. If you put your hands on somebody and scratch them, give them a little scratch, sometimes you get, listen to me, sometimes you get the worst of the deal. Somebody's going to get the bad part of a bargain every time there's an altercation, a physical altercation. Somebody's going to get hurt a little bit more than another person. And just because you're the woman doesn't give you the right to put your hands on another person. And if you put your hands on another person, you hurt them a little bit, and they hurt you a lot, that comes under the category of too bad.
It was in self-defense, Your Honor.
Listen to me. Listen to me. That comes under the category of too bad. You can't scratch him and then say, well, I can scratch you, but you better not punch me in the eye. You better not give me a black eye. Now, when he gave you the black eye, were you angry?
Of course.
And then you went home with your daughter. Now, did you hurt your daughter that day?
No, I didn't. She got a bloody nose, but I did not do it.
Well, who did it?
I don't know.
That should have been your primary concern, not your black eye, how your 4-year-old daughter got a bloody nose.
It wasn't. That was not my concern.
Listen to me. Because according to him, he says he knows how your daughter got it. You came, you opened the door on her face, and that's how she got a bloody nose. Then you put her in the car and you took her home. When did you notice her bloody nose?
Right away, right when it happened.
Well, if you noticed it right when it happened, how did it happen?
Because my back was faced toward her, and then she started crying. I said, what happened? She goes, I got hit in the nose, and it was bleeding. That's the only thing. Then I grabbed her and walked downstairs and walked to my mom's work because he wouldn't give me a ride home.
Let me see an inventory, sir, about what you allege was in her house.
All my clothes were in her house, but I had to go and get new clothes. These are just the receipts of all my clothes that I had to buy. And here's a letter from my supervisor from all the scratches and cuts and welts on my head.
Listen to me. I believe she assaulted you. I believe that you hit her and gave her a black eye. Terrific. That's quite a way to behave in front of a 4-year-old. Put your hand down. You went in there angry. If I believe what you say, sir, if I believe what you say, which is different from what she says, you put your hands on her first, only by trying to take the phone away from her.
That is
You
correct.
struggled over the phone. You have no right to put your hands on anybody in an aggressive way. Put your hands on her in an aggressive way if I believe you. I believe somewhere in between these two stories is the truth. But if you each wound up with a couple of scratches and a black eye, it sounds to me like you deserved each other. How do you know she burned your clothes?
My sister called her later that night and asked Erica how she was doing, if her eye was okay.
Up here. Tell me your last name.
Trevoria.
Did you speak to her later that day on the 7th of October?
Yeah, I called.
Just a second. You called to ask her if her eye was okay?
Yes.
What did she say?
She said it was still black. It was still hurting.
And?
I asked her how her daughter's bloody nose was, and she said it was better. And I said, well, Erica, don't throw away his clothes. And she said, no, tell him I'm going to burn him and throw him away. I said, Erica, don't cause drama, because, and then she's like, no, and then she hung up on me.
Sit down. You had jeans, sweaters, work shirts. How many work shirts?
About 10.
Get out of here. Let me see the bills that you have. Let me see the bills that you have.
Donna, can I say something?
Go ahead.
When she called me, she never asked about his clothes because his clothes were never at my house. She asked me if I was okay. And I was like, yeah. I said, why are you going to call, now and ask me if I'm okay when she didn't try and do anything when he hit me?
What about when you hit him?
What do you mean?
Did she try to do anything when you hit him?
No. She tried breaking us up and saying, Gabriel, just stop.
All the clothes that you purchased, sir, were $453. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $453. Your counterclaim's dismissed. That's all.
Parties are excused. Step out.
I didn't want to be with him anymore. I was showing it. He obviously got the hint now.
She never even hinted that to me.
He had a car. He gave me money, and so that's why I was with him.
See, that shows you the type of girl she is right there.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Torres versus De Jesus. Step forward, please.
23-year-old Ileana Torres is suing her ex-fiancé, 25-year-old Benny De Jesus, for a loan to pay his child support. Ileana says Benny was in danger of going to jail for the second time.
How old are you, Miss Torres?
23.
And you, sir?
25.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a professional esthetician.
What about you, Mr. DeJesus? What do you do?
Electrician.
How many children do you have, Miss Torres?
Just one.
How old?
He's 5.
Does he live with you?
Yes, he does.
Who supports him?
I do.
How many children do you have, Mr. DeJesus?
One, Your Honor.
Where does that child live?
He lives with his mother right now.
And who supports your child?
Well, I pay child support every month right now, and she has physical custody of him.
Do you pay child support for Miss Torres's child?
No, ma'am.
Because it's not your child.
Yes, ma'am.
It would be stupid for you to pay child support for Miss Torres's child because the child doesn't belong to you.
Yes.
Child has a mother and a father,
Yeah.
and the mother and father should pay child support.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is what your lawsuit is about, Miss Torres. You and Mr. DeJesus had the unfortunate experience of being engaged to each other for a period of time. And while you were so involved, Mr. DeJesus fell behind in his child support, among other things. But this is what your lawsuit was about. And is your claim that you made a loan to him so that he wouldn't go to jail to pay his child support.
Yes.
Now, Mr. DeJesus says she paid the child support. You acknowledge.
Yes, I did. Yes, she paid it for me.
But it was a gift. Now do you understand my preliminary questions?
Oh, yes. Clear as a bell.
So I asked you a couple of seconds ago, Mr. DeJesus, you wouldn't pay child support for her child, right?
Yeah.
Because the child's not yours.
Nope.
Child has a mother and a father.
Yep.
Parents are supposed to pay for their own children,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
And if you don't pay child support for your child, you're a bum.
Yeah, basically.
Perfect. How much did you give him to pay the child support?
$2,400.
And how much time was he facing in jail if he didn't pay the child support?
2 years.
Ah.
It would have been his second time going to jail for not paying his child support.
That's a bum times 2. Now, Miss Torres, I mean, he's easy to take care of. You know, I could take care of 10 of him with this pinky. 10 of him. My question to you is, you don't look like a marginal person, articulate. You look somebody in the eye when you speak to them. You have a child that you support, lives with you. What are you doing with him? I mean, are things so desperate out there that you got to pick a bum who's got one child and has fallen behind twice in child support to the extent that the second time they were going to put him in jail for 2 years? You're going to get your $2,400 because that's what he owes you. Because he doesn't want to pay for your child and you shouldn't have to pay for his. Right, Mr. DeJesus?
Yeah,
right.
It wasn't $2,400. She only gave me $1,000. The rest of it I raised myself.
Show me the $2,400, Miss Torres.
She knows that it was $1,000 that she gave me.
This is the check.
And the rest of it was raised
This is the check
up
that
and
I
all
had
put
signed.
together.
This is where it came out of my son's bank account.
Because the money
And
was
it got-
deposited
no,
in there
it
so that
was
we could
not.
write a check out for it because I
And
can't
I
get
got my
cash.
money in there.
She knows that the reason the money was deposited was so that I could write a check out because I had to have record of the money that I'm paying.
No,
for
and
my
I
child
have
support.
a piece of paper.
Well, no time around the withdrawal of this $2,400, sir, did anybody put in $1,500?
It was sporadically put in. It was $200 here. As I kept raising the money, I would put the money into the account because the court date was coming. When the court
You
date
should have
came,
kept better
we
records.
deposited.
What kind of an excuse did you give to the mother of your child every time you didn't send money?
I mean,
Checks in the mail.
We both spoke. We speak every time we see each other. She knows if I'm late and when she's going to get her money.
Let me ask you this question, Mr. DeJesus. Yesterday, did you eat dinner?
Yeah.
And you have a cell phone?
No.
Have a regular phone?
No, actually, no. Thanks to Miss Torres here, I don't have nowhere to live actually right now.
I was paying for everything for you.
She took my car.
Miss Torres,
threw my clothes away.
Does he have a problem that's eating up the money that he's earning from being an electrician?
From what I'm concerned, I don't know.
You
But
don't
when
know.
I met him, he did have problems.
Yeah.
Yes.
All I'm doing is telling you, I know. And you have a responsibility because you have a 5-year-old child. You're only supposed to bring the right kind of people into their lives. You got it?
Yes.
Judge for the plaintiff for the amount of $2,400. That's all.
Parties Arts versus Bailey. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat, please.
Ms. Johnson, you and Mr. Spain live together and have 2 children together.
Yes, ma'am.
And you are no longer a couple.
Yes, ma'am. No, we're not.
Despite the fact that you both appear today as plaintiffs. My understanding of this rather complex case is that when you and Mr. Spain separated, Mr. Spain began a relationship with the defendant, Miss Bailey. And he, in fact, moved in with her. According to you, you tried to maintain a civil relationship with both of them, with Mr. Spain for the benefit of the children, and for Miss Bailey just because. But Miss Bailey was not happy with you for some reason, and it is your claim that she vandalized your car. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you are suing her as a co-plaintiff with Mr. Spain, who says that Miss Bailey kept some of his personal property when he moved out of the house because they are no longer together. Miss Bailey says that she did nothing to your car. It's actually you who harassed her, you and Mr. Spain. That it was Mr. Spain who damaged your car.
Correct.
And that you slashed her tires, you caused her to lose her job, and she wants from you, Mr. Spain, rent for the time that you were living with her. She has a counterclaim. All right, let's try to put some dates to these facts. Mr. Spain, when did you and Miss Johnson live together?
About 2000 and...
Maybe I'll ask Miss Johnson.
We moved in, was about July 2003.
And how old are your children?
My son is 2 and my daughter is 4.
And when did Mr. Spain move out?
He moved out November 23rd, 2004.
Why?
Because of our differences. It wasn't working out.
When did you move in with Miss Bailey?
About the 26th.
Of what?
Of November.
You knew her from before?
Yes.
From where?
School.
How come you moved in with Miss Bailey?
Because she had asked me to move in with her.
I mean, did you rent a room from her, or were you living together as a couple?
Living together as a couple.
So that while you were with Miss Johnson, you were also with Miss Bailey?
No. She
I mean, it's a short 3 days, sir, you were in somebody else's house.
She had called me on the phone talking to her.
Yeah. When I came home from work, he was on the phone talking to her.
On the 23rd of November?
Yes, ma'am.
So then he moved out and he was living with Miss Bailey. How long did you stay with Miss Bailey, Mr. Spain?
About a month and a half.
Is that right, Miss Bailey?
He moved in November 23rd. He was arrested January the 4th, so that's the last time he lived with me when he got out of jail.
What were you arrested for?
Home invasion.
Burglary?
Nah.
What?
Well, no,
he kicked in the door.
Kicked in her door.
Yeah, he kicked in my door.
You kicked in her door?
Where his kids lay their heads at night.
Shh. What'd you kick in her door for?
Just jealous, and I was really upset what was going on when I was living with her.
Well, so you were annoyed with Miss Bailey, so you kicked in Miss Johnson's door?
Yes.
It's very logical. Getting too old for this job. All right, Miss Johnson, tell me about the vandalism of your car. When did that happen?
December the 16th.
And you were still living with Miss Bailey, is that right, Mr. Spain?
Yes.
In between the time that they were together, it's been harassing phone calls. I mean, he would call, he would get me upset, he would get me upset, just arguing over our relationship, whatever. Then she would call, and she would play on the phone, repeatedly call, left threatening messages on my voicemail, and I just got, I mean, of course I've defended myself in the argument too, but I guess she got real upset to the point where she wants to come over to my house, and she'd scratched the car.
Well, I want to know, were you home when she scratched the car?
Yeah, I was home, but I was asleep. It happened overnight.
So you didn't see her scratch the car?
No, I didn't see her scratch the car, but I do have a witness with me that...
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to hear that witness. Tell me your name, please.
Monica Dykes.
Dykes, did you see on December 16th somebody vandalized Miss Johnson's car?
No, I wasn't with her at the time, but I was at her house. I was spending the night at her house, and she was supposed to go get me something to eat. And
Who was?
Mrs. Bailey. She didn't come back with my food, and I asked her why, and she said because she came in the house with a box cutter, and she said that she had scratched Miss Johnson's car.
Well, how do you know Miss Bailey?
They were going together. This is my brother.
When she came home, she just took out the box cutter and told you? What did she do?
No, she had the box cutter in her hand.
Walked in the door with the box cutter in her hand?
It was in her pocket, and she took it out.
Well, tell me about that. I'm curious about that whole moment when she walked into the house with the box cutter in her pocket.
When she walked into the house, I was like, well, what happened to the Burger King that you're supposed to bring back? She said, well, Burger King was closed, and I just came back from around Mrs. Johnson's house, and I scratched the car up, and I hope she come around here with some... She's lying.
So what did you say to her?
Nothing. I didn't say anything after that.
She's lying.
You didn't say, why would you do that?
Well, I asked her why. She said, because she just been harassing me and all this other stuff.
Did she tell you what she'd been doing to harass you?
She said that Miss Johnson has been calling her house numerous of times.
So they were speed dialing each other.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, Miss Bailey, now I'll hear from you.
Thank you so much. First of all, he moved in my home November 23rd of 2004. He moved out because he went to jail for kicking in her door. I was pregnant at the time with his kid. So when he got out of jail, I no longer wanted him in my home anymore. So while the process he'd been in jail, me and Christina Stovall right here took all of his belongings.
I'm not at his claim yet, Miss Bailey.
Oh, okay, well, where are we at?
I'm keying her car.
Oh, keying her car, and he keyed her car, and the night that he got arrested, he came over to my house bragging about keying her car in as well as kicking her door in. Why would I key her car? He kicked the key. I mean, he keyed the car in and kicked the door, and he know he did.
I was there.
If he's gonna kick her door in, he's gonna kick her car.
He's lying.
Whatever, you lying.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
If somebody moves in with you in December and you get pregnant between December and January 4th, you're not too swift.
And later today.
Where is the car now?
The car is in front of my house now.
You have not sought to have the car returned to you, have you?
No.
Smart lady.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Kimberly Johnson and Arthur Spain Jr. claim Arthur's ex-girlfriend, Tequila Bailey, keyed Kimberly's Pontiac Grand Am. Arthur also says Tequila won't return his belongings.
Do you have a police report?
Yes, I do.
I'd like to see. Step up. Tell me your name.
Christina Stovall.
You said that you were present when Mr. Spain acknowledged that he vandalized Miss Johnson's car?
Yes.
When was that?
January 4th.
Tell me about what he said.
Me and Tequila and her two sisters were in the living room. He came in through the door. He was sweating, walking around. You could tell he had did something. This is what he said. He said, I keyed in her car, I kicked in her door, and the police is coming. So Tequila said, let's go upstairs and talk about it.
Yeah, but the police report...
He did it
He did it what?
He did it at 2 different times. When he keyed in her car a couple days before he kicked in her door. But he came in bragging about both of it.
Yeah.
No. No.
Yeah. He keyed her car. I don't know when he keyed the car in, but the night he got arrested...
Listen to me very carefully. Where did you spend Christmas?
At my house.
Did you see Miss Bailey?
I see her every day, all the time.
And what about Mr. Spain? Did you see him?
Yeah, I see him.
Shut up.
I used to go school with him. I used to go to his candy store. He knows who I am.
Okay. So you know them both, and you saw them between December 16th and January 4th. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what you're telling me is on January 4th, he acknowledged keying her car.
Because he came in all nervous.
All right. But the police report is from December 16th. Why in the world would he come in all nervous and hyper and confess to something that he had done on December 16th?
He already confessed to me a long time ago about it.
Because he was scared.
He was bragging.
Sit down.
Okay.
Good. Very good. No, I believe that he kicked in her door, but on December 16th, I believe her when she says that you went out to get her some Burger King and you came back and you keyed her car.
Nah.
Yeah, no. Nah. Okay, now, what stuff do you claim that you left at Miss Bailey's home?
A radio, TVs, CDs, DVDs, weights.
Where's all his stuff?
We took 2 trips to her mom and his mom's house, and he knows and she knows. As a matter of fact, I had Matt come get the guns that was in my house. They don't have any permits for.
What kind of guns?
Sawed-offs.
BB guns.
Sawed-offs.
Who is this gentleman?
That's my friend.
What does he have to do with this case?
His weights are in her house.
He helped haul
her
belongings over to her house.
And we hauled it right back. And I don't know what your father did with him, but we hauled it right back.
A few baskets over to his house. This is when he was locked up.
TV returned?
No. And she brought me my shoes, and she brought my shoes, a box full of my shoes, and my mocha control was in the box.
What kind of television did he bring to your house? Look at me directly. Don't look at the floor.
I'm looking at you. I don't know exactly what kind of television it was. It was a little black box television.
Where is it?
At his mom's house. Me and her took 2 trips to Hallville, Indiana, to give them their stuff. But he got locked up from my house. I got a letter in my mail from my landlord saying that if they find him or anything of his in my house again, I will be in court for eviction because he was not on my lease. So I quickly took all his stuff to his mother's house, all his stuff. He knows it.
She is lying.
Now, Miss Bailey, what I want you to do is I want you to tell me about your counterclaim. You think that Mr. Spain should pay you for rent?
Yes.
What kind of contract did you have with him for your
We didn't
rent?
have anything written down, signed, because when you're supposedly having a relationship, you don't do that. But we had verbal. You're going to pay half on everything. You're not going to stay in my house and lay up and sleep, eat, sleep, and not pay nothing on anything.
Miss Bailey.
Yes, ma'am.
We live in a civilized society. So I want you to leave your gutter language outside.
I can do that. That's fine.
And you're going to wait until I'm finished speaking before you open your mouth.
Okay.
You're going to leave your gutter language outside, and you're going to remember where you are. We understand each other?
We do.
Perfect.
Kimberly Johnson and Arthur Spain Jr. claim Arthur's ex-girlfriend, Tequila Bailey, keyed Kimberly's Pontiac Grand Am. Arthur also says Tequila won't return his belongings.
I believe that after he moved out, you wanted money, but I don't believe you had an agreement with him to pay you half of everything.
Next. Somebody can't stay with me.
Listen to me. Next.
First of all, my tires were slashed. I couldn't get to work. I had to call in to get my car fixed. Second of all, they're playing my phone. He's coming to my job, my new job and my old job, harassing on me on my job.
Well, just a second. What did he say when he came to your job?
I broke up with him. He wants to be with me. He loves me. He wants to be a family. Let's make it work. I don't want to be with you. I want to be a family. Go raise your 2 kids with Kimberly.
Just a second. I don't understand you.
What do you mean?
You're talking too fast.
I talk fast all the time. I know. He wants to be with me.
So he came to you telling you that he wanted to be with you, he wanted to be a family.
Making a scene. Yeah, making a scene at work. He wanted to be with me.
And that's why you got fired.
That, and I had to call in because I was pregnant with his child, and while he was in jail. I couldn't work. I was sick.
I mean, you think that he's responsible for you?
Yeah, he helped me make the baby. Yeah.
What?
He helped make the baby. Yeah, he's responsible.
That's not a lawsuit.
It is mine.
It's not one that I'm going to hear.
That's fine, Miss Judge Judy.
It's not one that I'm going to hear. How many children do you have?
I have 1.
Okay. So you know how babies are made, right?
I do.
If you don't want to have a baby, then what you do is you take precautions so that you don't have a baby. If somebody moves in with you in December and you get pregnant between December and January 4th, you're not too swift.
Right.
Can I see pictures of your car?
Yes. Yeah, Your Honor, she scratched the whole driver's side, and she also...
Can I just see the pictures of the car?
My boyfriend.
Good. Okay, did you have these scratches taken care of?
No, ma'am.
You have an estimate on how much it's going to cost?
Yes,
to have
ma'am,
the
I do.
Scratches taken care of? That's a reasonable estimate. Listen, there is no question in my mind that the two of you women behaved badly towards each other, right?
Right.
I think Mr. Spain behaved badly, too. Listen, Miss Bailey, don't get in between people. It's always a very bad idea. If someone has a fight with his wife, woman, girlfriend, whatever it is, and if you take him in the day that he had a fight, and then if you make a baby with him, that makes you a smart woman who's not acting too smart, or a stupid woman who's not acting too smart. I don't know which one you are.
I was stupid.
But whoever you are, you owe us $600 to have a car painted. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $600. Your counterclaim's dismissed. That's all.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I ain't even mad, though. That's the whole thing. I ain't even mad. I'm cool. I'm cool.
She's a liar. She's crazy. She needs some mental help.
I don't need anything from any one of them. And I'm still strong, sitting on my own 2 feet.
That's the devil right there.
Thing is, I got fists. Come on, bring it, because I'm ready. Straight up, I'm ready.
The girl's crazy, and you seen it in there. She crazy.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Ford versus Tarrant. Step forward, please.
Barber Glenn Ford is suing his former lover, office technician Elizabeth Tarrant, for the balance on a 1988 Toyota Celica he bought for her daughter.
Mr. Ford, it is your claim that Miss Tarrant, with whom you were briefly involved, owes you money for a car that you purchased for her daughter. and for impound fees later when the car was impounded because her daughter didn't have a driver's license. Ms. Tarrant indicates that both of those things were gifts and you did not seek any money until after she decided she no longer wanted to be involved in a committed relationship with you. Is that what this case is about?
Yes.
Fine. Where is the car now?
The car is in front of my house now.
You have not sought to have the car returned to you, have you?
No.
Smart lady. Mr. Ford, can you explain to me why this is a relatively new purchase? According to your complaint, the car was purchased for her daughter sometime in February, correct?
In March.
So it was driven by her for a relatively short period of time. Why don't you just sell it?
The reason why I don't want to sell it, because I'm really not in this business of selling car. I had purchased the car for Elizabeth because she needed a car for her daughter. And it was an understanding, a mutual understanding between us two, and a contract that we had, which she didn't sign.
Well, then I'm not interested in it, sir. My question to you is a very practical one. This is a relationship that clearly was not going anywhere. The only nexus tie that you had to each other was this car. You got the car back, and I understand that you're not in the car business, but I don't know what your losses are.
Well, the car was impound, and she had agreed to pay me for the impound fees. I had to get the car out of impound, and the only way that I was able to get the car out of impound was that her daughter had to have a driver's license, so they could release the car to me from out of impound. I took her daughter to get a driver's license, and she had a driver's license, and I went to pick up the car from the impound. I incurred losses there. Now, she agreed that she would pay for these losses that I had incurred.
You mean for the impound fees?
For the impound, yes.
That's not unreasonable. What do you do for a living, Mr. Ford?
I'm a barber.
Is it your own business?
Yes, it is.
Then you're a businessman, Mr. Ford, and you appear to be an intelligent person. Right? You may not know a lot about cars. I don't know a lot about cars either. But I know that if I had a piece of property in my possession, in this case a car, and I had the title to it, which you do at this point because she signed it over to you, before I would bring her to court, I would put an ad in the paper, a sign in the window, and I would say I want to sell this car and see what I get for it. And then you won't be out any money unless you just wanted to bust her chops. So, Mr. Ford, before you come to court, go sell the car and see if you come up with a shortfall on the money you laid out. Do we understand each other?
Yes, Your Honor.
Perfect. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Yeah, this is case number 470 on the calendar in the matter of Terrietta versus Coleman. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Gentlemen, have a seat.
Ms. Terrietta, this is your mom.
Yes.
And you're suing her for a couple of things. First, you were living with her and her boyfriend. I assume this is the boyfriend?
Yes, it is.
For a while. You and your husband?
Yes.
And children?
My baby.
Your baby?
6-month-old son.
Child. And there was some sort of a disagreement, a dispute. You left the house and you claim that your mother still has some of your property.
Yes.
That's one. Number two, you claim that your mother falsely reported to the police that you had stolen a credit card from her.
Correct.
And you were arrested.
Yes.
Your mom says that she has none of your property, and I don't understand her defense with regard to the credit card. Is what you're saying, Ms. Coleman, that you didn't call the police, but your boyfriend called the police?
Exactly.
Okay. Now, when did you and your husband and baby move in with your mother?
April 2004.
Why?
My mom didn't raise me. My father raised me from when I was 3 and my brother was 1 in New York. And I talked to my mom maybe 3 or 4 times a year for my whole life. She asked us to come there and come visit her, so I brought my son and we came to visit. I visited for about a month, and she said, why don't you come here with...
Well, what was your husband doing when you were visiting for
He
a
was
month?
still at work in North Carolina, where I'm from.
Okay, go ahead.
And then we were there for about a month, and John had come to visit 2 weekends, and she said, you should come here, save up all of your money, live with us, and you can save up enough money and get a house and come live here. So we did.
Where is here?
To Cincinnati, Ohio.
Okay.
And things were pretty normal and good for a little while.
Did your husband find a job?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
And I got a job at the end of August. After that, I think things went downhill from there. She was watching my son while I was going to work, and he had diaper rash almost every week to the point where his butt was bleeding, and I had to fix it every weekend.
Can you tell me on what day you moved out?
October 16th.
Had there been an argument?
Yes.
About what?
They came home, they had been drinking. My brother was back from Iraq with his wife, and they came into the house and they were stomping and slamming doors and screaming. And I asked my brother, I was like, can you be quiet? My son is sleeping. And he stood up and he was like, I don't have to be quiet, I don't have to do anything. And then
Ron came up behind him and he was like, "This is my house and this is my rules, and if you don't like it, you can get out." And he was screaming and acting like a psycho, so I went and got my husband, and he got in my husband's face and tried to start a fight with him and said, "Come on, big boy, come on, big boy. You want to do something?"
I got it. So you left that night?
Yes. And she came into my bedroom and she brought her purse with her. She took out her wallet and she opened it up and she went to looking through her credit cards and she went to give me the black one that I use sometimes, and then she goes, "Oh, you have my GM card, why don't you just use that one? Get a week at the hotel and I'll get you somewhere to live. At the end of the week, I'll get you somewhere to live."
Well, why would she get you somewhere to live if you were working and your husband was working?
Because she felt bad because we had moved there.
You had the credit card?
Correct.
Ms. Coleman, how did she get the credit card?
She had it. She was going to obtain some Barbie dolls for me at her job.
She gave it to me.
Just a second. When did you give her your credit card?
Probably 2 weeks prior to her leaving the house.
Does that sound familiar to you?
She gave me the card almost every day, all the time, for gas, cigarettes, everything.
How many times did she use the credit card? If I were to look at the slips from the credit card company, how many times before October had she used the credit card?
Probably about 6.
And would you give it to her each time, or was it in her possession?
Usually.
Not usually. Was it in her possession?
She kept it. She kept it. She kept it.
She kept it?
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, I'm going to get to the truth.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, I would like to see the police report that was filled out with regard to the credit card. Well, first of all, Mrs. Coleman, you filled out this police report. This is in your handwriting.
Yes, they made me.
No, nobody makes you do anything. And you say here that she used it without my knowledge or permission.
Right.
Who made you? Your boyfriend?
No. When the sheriff came to the house.
Why did the sheriff come to the house?
Because he had checked our account online, and she had used
Who had?
My husband.
Yeah.
And she had used it at the motel room, charging $309. She went 3 different times in a matter of hours to the Meijer at the bottom of the hill and went on a shopping spree. Okay.
And so charged what?
Energy drinks, men's boxer shorts, women's bras, conditioner, shampoos, all the stuff that she brought the policeman to the house to get that night.
Miss Coleman, I don't understand something, madam. I mean, I hear you talking about all the things that she charged on this. You're not talking about a lot of money. They all look like emergency things that one would use if they were staying temporarily someplace that they needed interimly, especially when you have a baby.
Right.
And you knew she had the card, and she had the card before.
Right.
Don't you think the smarter idea, rather than involving the police in this, was after you went online and saw that she had charged the hotel room and charged the other thing, to call the credit card company and say, "Listen, my daughter has the card. She's not authorized to use it anymore. I want to stop the use of the card. Do not let it be used again."
Prior to this, she had went to my salon and was mad at her husband, charged $680 worth of tanning products. My husband and her had gotten to a confrontation over it, and he told her, "You are not allowed to use this credit card unless your mother gives you permission." And he said, "Because if you use this without my knowledge," he said, "I will file a complaint on you."
Don't you think that it would have been smarter, more maternal, if you say to whatever his first name is, Joe, "She's my daughter. She left the house. She's got my grandson with her. We don't want her to use the card anymore. Just call the company and tell them, shut off the card. I don't want to involve the police. I don't want her to be arrested." Did you say that to him?
Yes, ma'am.
And what did he say?
Well, he said that he had already told her that she was not allowed to use it. And before she brought it back, minutes before she came to my house with the policeman standing there, she stopped and got a pack of cigarettes at the corner store.
You think he did the right thing?
No, ma'am.
You think you did the right thing?
Yes.
You did the wrong thing. Understand something? You're not blood. And what you did was irrevocably injure, if it hadn't been before, her relationship with her daughter. If you didn't want her to have the credit card, you should have taken it back.
We attempted to take it back.
No. Your girlfriend says that you told her you can hold on to it, but if you use it again without your mother's permission or my permission, I'm going to call the police. And I'm saying, is she lying to me?
No.
Well, and I'm saying to you, if you didn't want the temptation there, you should have taken the credit card back. But you don't put her in a situation where she's got a baby and the police come to the motel and take her away and arrest her. That can start a process going from which it's very hard to extricate yourself. Very stupid. But they were entitled to do it. And I somehow think that your mother is sorry that it happened. She's sort of stuck between a rock and a hard place.
I know.
You got it?
I know.
Okay. What does your mother have in the house that belongs to you?
I have pictures of some of this stuff, and then I wrote a list of all the things
Let
that
me
she
see it.
has. And I called her and asked for his high chair, and she said, when I was in the hotel, because I said he was eating on the bed, and she said, well, he needs his high chair. And I said, I want my caricature and the calendar of him that I've been making of him since I was born. And she said, you know, I don't think I have those things. All I want is some respect. And she said, Ron's going to take care of it from here and threw the phone down.
Okay. You have these things?
I see she showed you a little picture of a toy box that Nicholas is in. That's mine. I bought everything that she's talking about, and I have receipts. I have $10,000 worth of receipts. Mr. Turietti was asked if he had got everything out. He said, yes, he did. He looked at me and said, all's in there is garbage. I can go down to my job, get a truck, come up and throw all that garbage away if you want me to. I said, don't worry about it, John. I'll clean it up.
Did you go to the house?
Yes, Your Honor. I went on...
With or without the police?
With the police.
Fine.
And before we walked in, they wouldn't let us in the house until they had the credit card and the key to the tanning salon. She had to come up from the hotel. We gave them back the credit card, but we are not allowed to go anywhere in the house except the bedroom. Our stuff was in the basement, in another closet.
There's a lot of junk here.
Yes, Your Honor.
All of this doesn't add up to the motel room, right?
Right.
So what are you doing here?
I want the calendar that I've been making of my son since he was born. There's no, you cannot put a price on that. I put pictures of
Okay, do you have the calendar?
No, ma'am. And if it wasn't all that garbage, and what I had done was bought cases
Do you have
of
the
Pampers.
calendar? The
No,
answer is
ma'am.
no. She doesn't have the calendar.
That's just to hurt me. That's just to keep things from me that are
She
of
doesn't
my
have it.
son's.
Listen, you used a credit card, and I think that you probably knew that you weren't supposed to use the credit card at the time when you used it, whether you did or whether you didn't. What he had to pay for as a result of your using the credit card is more than this.
They didn't pay for anything. That's why my case was dismissed on January 21st, because they could not provide the receipts because they didn't pay the bill.
Oh, really?
Really.
Is that right?
You would have to ask Ron about that. We did pay. The reason it was dropped is I'm going through some cancer treatments. I didn't feel like going to, I couldn't. I was throwing
All
up.
I want to know is, did you pay for the motel?
We've reported it to the credit card company
They did not.
as a misuse of the credit card.
So the answer is you didn't.
No.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today,
She said that there's no need to make the payments now that the car's wrecked. So she told
No,
me.
you just made that up as you're going.
No, ma'am.
Did you say that to him?
No, I did not.
That's not what you wrote in your complaint, sir.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Beatrice Turrieta says her mother, Beatrice Coleman, had her falsely arrested for credit card theft. Beatrice says her mother gave her that card.
You bought certain things for your grandson. Toy box?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. High chair?
No, ma'am. I don't have the toy, but I didn't. Oh, that's a walker, yes. But I don't have that. They have that.
Yeah.
But this you have?
Yes, ma'am.
You want this?
I don't have that other thing.
Just listen to me. Do you want this?
Yes, I do.
Okay. You have any problem with them having that?
No, ma'am.
Okay. If you want to go over there in the company of a peace officer within 5 days, you can get those things. Understood?
Understood.
Very good. Thank you very much. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I was born to that, who I haven't seen since I was 3, and I will never see again.
I would have still give her the $3,000 if that's what she wanted.
She's not a mother. She doesn't know how to be a mother. She never will be a mother.
When she came to my house, she asked my husband where his connection was for cocaine, so I'm sure that's probably what she needed it for. Either that or a gallon of Captain Morgan every week.
I do like Captain Morgan, but I'm a little fat to be on the coke. You think?
She's been in prison before for welfare fraud.
I was in jail. I wasn't, and I've made mistakes in my life.
My dad told me I was selling my soul to the devil when I came to her house, and he was right.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Lester versus Lester. Step forward, please.
Marilee and Thomas Lester are suing their daughter, 22-year-old food server Natasia Lester, for the unpaid balance on a '97 Saturn. Natasia claims her parents took the car away from her.
Mr. and Mrs. Lester, this is your daughter. How old are you?
22.
According to your complaint, you co-signed for a car for your daughter about 2 years ago. And the agreement was that she was to make the payments on the car.
Yes, ma'am.
And she did make payments on the car for 2 years.
Yes, ma'am.
And then something happened. She was in an accident. And according to you, she just stopped making payments on the car. She said her insurance lapsed and she stopped making payments on the car. You want the car payments because
Yes, ma'am.
you don't want your credit to be ruined. Your daughter says that she made the payments for 2 years, and I assume that she intended to keep on making the payments, but that you had the car towed from her place of employment to your house, and she no longer has the car.
That is true.
So then I guess a lot of this has to do with timeline, why you're suing your child, I don't even want to get into. But you purchased the car when, Natasia?
In September of 2002.
May I see the paperwork? Do you have the paperwork?
Yes, ma'am.
May I see it, please?
You want just the contract or just all of the paperwork? Here's the contract.
Good luck.
Yes, it's very small. It was faxed over.
I couldn't find the original.
What were your payments, Natasia?
$188.57.
And you made the payments from September 2002 until when?
Until August of 2004.
When was the accident?
It was in September of 2004.
And what did you do with the car?
I left it at my place of employment, trying to get it fixed. I had made arrangements with a friend of mine that worked there, and he was going to help me get it fixed.
What was wrong with the car?
I ran over a tire on the freeway, and the extent of the damage, I'm not quite sure exactly. I know the radiator was busted. It was undrivable. I had to have it towed.
And according to your parents, you let the insurance lapse on the car.
Yes, I had.
Why is that?
Just making payments for other things, and I know that I shouldn't have, but it got lapsed. That was on my own fault. I let that happen.
Now, you did in fact tow the car.
Yes.
Yes, I put it on a trailer and took it to my house.
And then you went over to speak to her.
Yes.
Well, tell me about the conversation.
I just asked her how she was doing and what happened, and she's told me she couldn't. She swerved trying to avoid a tire, and then she just kept driving the car because she didn't want to stop. Then I said, well, are you okay? She says, yes, I'm fine.
Okay.
And then I just went back to my work, and I was talking to my guys at work what to do with the car. And I said, well, I'll have to bring it over to my shop and check it out to see what really needs to be done. I had no knowledge that she was going to have anything to do with getting it fixed with anybody over there.
Well, didn't you ask her?
No, I did not at that time.
Why not?
I figured, well, I'll just take it to my house. That way I can take care of it and get it fixed, and we can get it back on the road.
Mr. Lester, you just precipitously took her car away. You can't do that.
The car's still in my name too, ma'am.
You can't do that, sir.
She said that there's no need to make the payments now that the car's wrecked. So she told me.
No, you just made that up as you're going.
No, ma'am. She,
Did you say that to him?
No, I did not.
That's not what you wrote in your complaint, sir. You have the car now?
Yes, it's in the garage.
Very good. Well, I don't know what you're complaining about. I assume you're fixing it, right?
No, I'm not fixing it.
Well, I suggest you do.
Because I didn't have the money.
I suggest, Mr. Lester, that you fix it because you had a contract with your daughter. And you breached that contract when you towed the car without her consent or permission, without having a discussion with her, back to your home. Now, I don't know what else was going on between you and your daughter, but clearly that's not the way family treats family.
Can I go ahead and say something? After we went ahead and had the car towed to our home, she made no contact whatsoever to go ahead and say, you know, what can I do? I know I didn't make the insurance payments. Why, I mean...
I know I didn't make the car payments.
Didn't make the car payments.
Just a second. Don't say she didn't make the car payments. She did make the car payments. She's not obligated to make the car payments now that you have the car in your possession.
The only reason I towed the car is because my boss, he gets upset when crash vehicles are in his parking lot.
We couldn't leave it in that yard, and she wouldn't
Then you have a discussion with your daughter. You just don't take it.
She was not at work the next day.
Mr. Lester, Mrs. Lester, you got a lot of excuses. I don't know what problem you have with your daughter. It has nothing to do with this car. Your case is dismissed. You have the car, fix it and sell it. That's all.
In the matter of Sherman versus Schiller. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated, gentlemen. Have a seat.
Mr. Sherman, you and Mr. Schiller used to be friends, according to the complaint that I read. It is your claim that after an evening of drinking, Mr. Schiller purposely damaged your car.
Yes.
Mr. Schiller says that he did not damage your car, and in any event, you don't take responsibility for things that you do because a month or so previous to this incident, you got drunk and got sick on his carpeting and didn't take responsibility for that. So that's what happens when you get drunk. That's your defense.
That's basically correct, yes.
All right. Let's get to my favorite part of this. Let's get to the drinking part. What date did this incident allegedly happen, Mr. Sherman?
March 25th, 2005.
What time?
About 1 o'clock in the morning.
What day of the week was the 25th of March?
I believe it was a Saturday.
So, nobody had school or work. Do you work or go to school?
I go to college, and I also
Where?
work. Longview Community College.
Okay. Where did you start your drinking, Mr. Sherman, on Saturday night?
Went to a party, I believe it was a high school party in a rural area. I didn't know the person's house. I was taken there with my witness, Sean.
How many people were there?
I'd say about 50, 55.
Oh, good. I love this part. There were 50 or 55 high school kids?
Yeah, give or take.
A lot of drinking?
A lot of drinking.
Was it a nice house?
Not really.
Not when they got finished with it. The parents home?
No.
You know, I think when you have teenage children, you should just make a pact. You don't go away.
That's right.
You just don't go away.
Take them with you or lock them up.
Right. They should have sort of a kennel for them. So that the parents can go away. So these 50 teenagers are drinking in a house. Some other guys, you know, older college men like you show up, more responsible, and you're drinking. Now, was everybody bringing their own booze, or was it... What did you bring?
I didn't bring anything. I wasn't drinking, Your Honor.
Not at all?
No.
Who was driving?
I was.
What were you drinking? Is not an answer.
I was
but
drinking.
Standing up is good.
I was drinking Miller Lite.
How many did you bring?
12-pack.
12, just for you?
Yeah.
And the two of you went together?
Yes, ma'am.
How did you know the people whose party it was?
I just got calls from friends and...
Sort of out of the loop. You know, teenage kids have passed me by a long time ago. When you get the call, what does the call usually say?
There's a party, and come over, and blah, 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 and then you get directions, and just go.
Now you can sit down, Sean, until I need you again. Okay, so what happened at the party, Mr. Sherman?
Well, I went to the party, started talking with some friends, gazed over and saw Mr. Schiller here. He was with his best friends, and they were making faces at me, laughing and towards my direction, and I just got real embarrassed and really just distraught about the whole thing. And then they started making puking motions at me.
Had you gotten sick on Mr. Schiller's carpet the month before?
Yeah, I did.
And did you make arrangements to have the carpet cleaned up?
He refused my help. He said, no, I've had enough with you. He just told me to get out of his house.
Okay. Did he subsequently call you and ask you to pay to have the carpet cleaned?
Not till a week later.
A week later. I said subsequently. Subsequently can be a week.
Okay.
So he called you a week later, and what did you say to him?
I said, no, I'm not going to pay for that.
Okay. Let's cut to the party's over, and you got to the party at what time?
9:30ish.
9:30, and you left about 12:30, quarter of 1?
Yeah.
Good. And all that time you didn't have a beer?
No.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Almost doesn't pay to go to the party.
Oh, you have a good time there. Socialize. I don't think you have to drink to have a good time.
Any drug? Yeah, well.
No. No drugs.
No drugs?
No drugs, Your Honor.
Any drugs?
No.
Just drinking?
Just drinking.
How much did he drink?
About case.
Okay, so now it's 12:30, quarter of 1. And you leave?
Yeah, I decided to leave. I was tired of it.
Now, pick it up from there, Mr. Sherman.
Mr. Schiller and his friends were extremely drunk. I walked out to my car, and they ran in front of me and started pushing my car into a ditch. At that point, I got in the car, told Sean to get in the car, and started the ignition and headed out. They continued to follow me in their Chevy Blazer. Started yelling out the window and flashing their lights, honking their horn, tapping me on the road.
You mean acting stupid?
Yeah,
okay,
acting
so
stupid.
they're acting stupid. What's next?
After that, I got to my house, stepped up on the front porch. They rolled up right behind me, honking the horn, telling me that they want to kick my... and I told them to leave, and they revved their engine and slammed into the back of my car, Your Honor, and then drove off. At that point, I was in shock and called the police. I have the police report right here.
Can I see it, please?
Yes.
Have a photograph of the damage?
Yes. I also have an estimate.
I'd like to see that, too. Now I'll hear you, sir.
About a month before this incident occurred.
I know months before you got sick and he ruined your carpet.
Ruined carpet, damage.
You wanted him to pay for it?
Well, not only that, though, he tried to fight me in my own house.
He got drunk.
He got drunk.
He has a drinking problem.
He cost me, yeah. Well, he blacked out and I let him pass out on the ground.
Listen to me, Mr. Schiller. He has a drinking problem.
He's an alcoholic.
I don't have a drinking problem. He has a drinking problem.
He has
Mr. Sherman, I want you to trust me on this one. I have a nose. You shouldn't drink. Keep going.
Well, we were outside. He basically invited us over to try to fight him. He wanted to fight.
How did he do that?
What, screaming down the road. Sean actually was yelling out the window, "Come over and fight us."
No, Your Honor.
Okay, so that's... Listen, Mr. Sherman. See, that's what happens when you have a drinking problem. You can't control yourself. Mr. Sherman, do you understand?
Yes.
Understand how quiet he was when you were testifying? Didn't interfere. When you have a drinking problem, even if you haven't been drinking, you lose control of the ability to have control of yourself. Like right now. Mr. Sherman, if I can tell that you, as a 19-year-old kid, drinks too much, by the time you're 30, it's going to be over.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I just wanted to get this settled, maybe talk out with him, but...
And you thought, Mr. Schiller, the appropriate time to talk to Mr. Sherman was when he had had a case of beer.
Well, that's the only time to talk to him.
Mr. Schiller, don't play with me, sir.
And later today...
She told me that whenever her son, Kenneth, was moving up to Kansas City and that his father had a lot of money and they were going to get full custody and make me out to be an unfit mother.
I never said that.
Just a second.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Justin Sherman says acquaintance Jothan Schiller rammed his car in a drunken rage. Jothan claims it's Justin who is the troublemaker.
All right, so now you are at Mr. Sherman's house because this idiot over here challenged you to a duel.
Yes.
And you were sufficiently sophisticated, in control of yourself to say, I'm not going to get started with this. I'm going to go home. Whoops. No, I don't think so. I think I'm going to go over and fight them. Right? Now, you go over there, you honk your horn, and they don't come?
No, they ran inside as soon as we got there.
Right, and you honk your horn.
Yes, I honked.
And they didn't want to come out to fight you?
No, they did not want to. When they had offered first. I mean, I didn't want to fight him. I just wanted to get this settled, maybe talk out with him, but...
And you thought, Mr. Schiller, the appropriate time to talk to Mr. Sherman was when he had had a case of beer?
Yes. Well, that's the only time to talk to him.
No. You thought that the appropriate time to talk to him when he would be in
whenever
control
you see
of
him,
his senses.
he's usually been drinking.
Mr. Schiller, don't play with me, sir.
Well,
all right. And it's your statement that after you honked your horn and they refused to come out, you drove away and you did not back into the car.
I was parked in the driveway, so it might have appeared that I was close, but maybe his prior damage.
So that's your statement. Very good. What year is your car, sir?
A 91 Buick LeSabre.
Okay.
It holds sentimental value, Your Honor.
What?
It was my great-grandfather's. That's why I want it fixed. It holds sentimental value.
Well, I don't get sentimental over a car, sir. You know, maybe a vintage Rolls Royce. But I got to tell you something. You should have it fixed. You're not going to have it fixed for $2,000. You find a ding doctor who can fix it maybe for $500. But I'm going to tell you both. If you continue to drink and act stupid, that's what happens. You ruin carpet. He hits your car. You're just lucky you didn't kill somebody else that evening because you had all been drinking. I have very little sympathy for either one of you. Anyway, you're suing him for $2,000 because that's the estimate that you had. The whole car's not worth $2,000. Get somebody to fix it for $500. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $500. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I'm just completely outraged. I didn't cause any damage to his car. He's just, you know, like she said, a drinking problem, so that's just the person that we're dealing with.
I don't have a drinking problem. I never did, never will. He's the one with the drinking problem. That's why he hit me.
Alcoholism runs in his family, you know, I mean, so he just doesn't have, he also doesn't have regard for society.
I never wanted to start a fight. I would just wanted him to go away. That's what I was saying.
He drives home after parties and gets in car accidents. It's just kind of ridiculous.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Davis versus Seco. Step forward, please.
Lola Davis is suing her granddaughter's mother, 21-year-old Michelle Seco, for attorney fees as a result of a restraining order. Michelle says she was fearful of Lola kidnapping her daughter.
Miss Davis, Miss Seco is the mother of your granddaughter.
Yes.
She was not married to your son, but they do have a child together, and that child is how old?
3.5.
Where is your son now?
He's incarcerated.
For what?
Violation of a probation.
For what?
DWI.
So he has a drinking problem?
Yes, ma'am.
It is your claim that Miss Seco filed a false application for a protective order against you and your husband.
Yes.
As a result of which you had to retain an attorney, and you want her to pay for your legal fees.
Yes, I do.
Miss Seco says that the allegations in her application were true, and it's unfortunate because you used to see your granddaughter regularly but don't anymore.
Right.
So, Miss Seco, I'm going to start with you.
Okay.
When did you file this application for a protective order?
On January 11th.
Under what circumstances?
Because of the harassing phone call that I had got from him saying that Christina's father was going to kidnap her and take her up to Kansas City because he was going to work on the railroad with his dad. And I asked him about it, and he didn't know anything about it, but he was moving up there, and he was thinking of giving me sole custody to get his life straight. And I told them that, you know, they called the cops on me, and I told them that they were no longer going to see her because, you know, if Kenneth's not there...
What do you mean they called the cops on you? For what?
For checking on the well-being. They called cops several times on me and family services, and I have the reports here if you'd like to see them.
I would. And I'd also like to see the application that you filed for the protective order.
Okay.
So you filed a petition in which you allege as follows.
Mm-hmm.
She is constantly harassing me if I don't let her see her granddaughter. She makes me out to be an unfit mother. She's several times called Division of Family and Children's Services and called the cops on me.
Yes.
When I would go to pick up my child, we would get into arguments and she would yell at me and threaten to take my child away. She's constantly harassing me about my 3-year-old daughter, which I fear she might kidnap and flee the state.
Yes.
Well, what did she say about kidnapping your child, or are these fears that you have that were born out of the fact that she said, if you don't let me see her, something will happen?
She told me that whenever her son Kenneth was moving up to Kansas City and that his father had a lot of money and they were going to get full custody and make me out to be an unfit mother.
I never said that.
Just a second. So?
And I asked Kenneth about it, and he said that was not true. He was going to move and stay up there and get his life on track because of his previous history, and he was going to give me sole custody.
Lola Davis says the mother of her granddaughter, Michelle Seco, took out a false restraining order against her.
How many grandchildren do you have, Miss Davis?
I have 13 total.
Unfortunately, you can't sue the person who granted her a temporary restraining order. You were granted a temporary restraining order, then you had a trial?
Yes.
And at the trial, the case was dismissed?
Yes.
Well, should never have been a temporary restraining order based upon these allegations. There is not one allegation here that is sufficient, in my judgment, for a court to have granted her a temporary restraining order.
Judge Judy?
Yes.
When she filed the ex parte orders on us, we had retained the attorneys to appear for us on our behalf, and by the time we did get to court, the whole case was dismissed. And I have a copy of the court transcript.
I don't have to read the transcript. I've been in the business a long time. When you file for a protective order, one of the things that you're stating is, based upon a fact, you are in fear for your safety or the safety of your child. Fact. She doesn't state any facts here. What she says is, I fear she might hire a hitman to kill me. Well, maybe she's crazy. Maybe that's why she has a fear. Maybe she's nuts. But I fear that she might kidnap my daughter. Well, that's not what she said, according to you, Miss Seco. According to you, what she said is, my husband is moving, and according to you, she said, and they have a lot of money. Parents have a lot of money, the relatives have a lot of money, and they're going to sue and try to get sole custody of the child. Whether that's true or not, that's legal. So there is nothing in your petition that should have inspired a judge to grant a temporary restraining order. So you're suing the wrong person, because she's not a lawyer. She didn't pull the wool over anybody's eyes. She made statements like she was, you know, free thinking, and somebody who wasn't using their noodle granted her a protective order, temporary, and by the time it got down to push comes to shove, they thought better of it and either dismissed it,
yes,
or she didn't show up and they dismissed it because she wasn't there. Or was there a hearing?
Yes, there was.
There was a hearing, and the court said there's no basis for a restraining order.
Correct.
Right. I think that there is probably a larger picture here, and that larger picture is it's unfortunate that you're not seeing your granddaughter anymore.
I'm trying to file for grandparents' rights, Your Honor.
That's kind of a hard thing to do because the law is very strict with regard to that now. Is there any way that you can envision having Mr. and Mrs. Davis see their granddaughter?
I mean, I didn't have a problem with it at all in the beginning until they started calling family services and cops coming out for false accusations.
Okay, now let me ask you this question. You live at home with your parents?
Yes.
Do your parents have any objection to this Davises coming over to see your granddaughter for an hour or two in their house?
I mean, if it's at my house, I don't think they would really have a problem with it.
Well, Ms. Davis, if those are the circumstances now, at least for now, that Ms. Seiko is prepared to allow you to come and spend some time with your granddaughter, I would do that.
I am going to do that, Your Honor, because I love her very deeply.
They have 13 grandchildren.
Right.
You have one child. Your daughter only has 4 grandparents.
Yep.
Your son has a problem.
Yes, he does.
So, better be nice to her.
Yes.
Why don't you see while you're here if you can arrange for a time, an hour maybe on a Sunday? That would be reasonable.
Yes.
And it would certainly show me a level of maturity on your part.
Exactly, and I've always told her that she is the grandmother and nothing is ever going to change that, whether me and her son aren't talking or not, and I've always told her, even before I had my child.
So, why don't you see if this Sunday you can make some time? You live close enough, don't you?
Yes. Yes.
Good. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Có bao nhiêu loại phí khi tham gia bảo hiểm nhân thọ? Rất là nhiều người thắc mắc rằng là tham gia bảo hiểm nhân thọ đóng quá là nhiều phí. Thấy tư vấn viên rồi trong hợp đồng kê khai rất là nhiều phí. Vậy thì tham gia bảo hiểm nhân thọ có những cái loại phí như thế nào? Thì đầu tiên, cái loại phí đầu tiên chúng ta phải kể đến đó là phí bảo hiểm cơ bản hoặc là phí tăng cường. Thì đây là cái khoản phí của quyền lợi bảo hiểm cơ bản tăng cường do bên mua bảo hiểm lựa chọn. Ví dụ như là bạn mua một cái gói bảo hiểm với cái mệnh giá là 10 triệu đồng. 10 triệu đồng để bảo vệ, ví dụ như là với 10 triệu đồng để bạn bảo vệ cho cái số tiền bảo hiểm là 500 triệu. Vậy thì cái 10 triệu đồng đó chính là phí bảo hiểm cơ bản. Tiếp theo, loại phí thứ hai đó là phí bảo hiểm định kỳ. Thì phí bảo hiểm định kỳ là tổng của phí bảo hiểm cơ bản và phí bảo hiểm tăng cường nếu như bạn có. Phí bảo hiểm tăng cường là gì? Bạn có thể hiểu nôm na phí bảo hiểm tăng cường đó chính là phí bảo hiểm bổ sung. Tức là ngoài cái bảo hiểm cơ bản thì để tăng cường cái quyền lợi bảo vệ cho cái hợp đồng bảo hiểm của gia đình bạn thì sẽ có tham gia những cái loại hợp đồng bảo hiểm bổ sung, hoặc là các bạn với những cái loại hình bảo hiểm đầu tư thì các bạn có thể đóng thêm cái phí đóng thêm. Thì phí định kỳ bao gồm phí bảo hiểm cơ bản cộng với phí bảo hiểm tăng cường mà bên mua bảo hiểm đóng cho hợp đồng bảo hiểm của mình. Cái thứ ba đó là phí bảo hiểm rủi ro. Thì phí bảo hiểm rủi ro là khoản phí được khấu trừ hàng tháng từ giá trị tài khoản của hợp đồng để đảm bảo chi trả quyền lợi bảo hiểm theo quy định của quyền lợi bảo hiểm cơ bản. Tức là đây là cái phí quản lý cái rủi ro cho bạn. Đấy. Cái phí thứ tư đó là phí quản lý hợp đồng. Phí quản lý hợp đồng là cái khoản phí được khấu trừ hàng tháng. Và năm 2018 là 31.000 đồng trên một tháng, tăng 2.000 đồng mỗi năm nhưng mà không vượt quá 60.000 đồng một tháng. Vậy thì có 4 cái loại phí bạn cần phải nắm được khi mà bạn quyết định tham gia một hợp đồng bảo hiểm nhân thọ. Chúng ta nắm được những cái loại phí chúng ta cần phải đóng thì lúc đó chúng ta sẽ hiểu hơn về bảo hiểm nhân thọ nha.